Hello everybody and welcome to the TARDIS Zone. I am your host Hand Nolo. Welcome to The Empire Strikes Back. It's nice to have you all back. Earlier on we did do a Sean Connery video. I've had to unlist it because of course YouTube in their wisdom have decided that they're going to limit it again. Every stream, every video I do, they decide to limit it. So I might have to re-upload it at some stage later on tonight. So if you haven't already seen it, I'll whack it back up again. Sorry about that. I also have another video for you as well on the Tim Davies stuff that's already been passed for ads. So I'll stick that up after this stream or later on anyway. So it's nice to have you all on board, and we're going to have a very big panel with us tonight for this one. Myself and Lee were watching Blake 7 last night, and we invited another couple of guests on last night, so we should have them with us. So what I will do now is, while you are all getting you our copy of The Empire Strikes Back ready, I'm going to start inviting the guests on by email. I'll give you a few shout outs now in a minute, and then we will get going. So yeah, looking forward to this, I have to say. And yeah, I'm still kind of a bit shocked over the. I know people will say, as I said, he lived a long life. He did, but it's still a bit of a shock when you lose a legend like Sean Connery. It's gut wrenching. I see some out there saying, they say little things that annoy me, and it does really annoy me. People out there saying, am I the only one that doesn't feel I'm not gushing over a celebrity dying? Listen, man, as I said earlier on, I'm kind of sick of all of this. People kind of have to understand that people grew up with Sean Connery. There's an emotional attachment there, and these people are supposed to be the voice of a fandom, and they're going saying things like that, and I'm starting to question. You know what? Come on. Have you forgotten what his objective is, right? Is supposed to be there to fight for pop culture. When an actor like that dies or an actress like that dies, they should be celebrated. I just don't get it anymore. I really don't. It kind of baffles me at this stage. Right. So, as I said, we invited a few more people on. So, I'm going to get them. Just give us a second. All right, let's see. Just want to make sure I have the right email addresses sent out, guys. You know me, for technology. Do you know what? The wife said, and I agree with her, I should start writing them all down. Writing all these are email addresses down that come on. So I have them handy there. Instead of having to go chase for them all the time because I'm an itch. But don't worry, everybody's coming on now. I see there's already one waiting. Fantastic. I can't wait for tonight. We need a bit of cheering up, don't we? And Star Wars will put a bit of a smile on our face. Even if you're not a fan, there's enough in this movie to keep you excited, I have to be honest. I did actually send, just to let you know, not that I expect because it's short notice, but I did actually extend an invitation to Anna, that Star Wars girl, to join us tonight. Now, I did say if she couldn't join us tonight that we're doing Return of the Jedi tomorrow. So we'll see if she gets back to me. She did pop in one time, if you remember, in the chat. Actually, a couple of times she popped in. So Yeah, I'm sending the emails to everybody now. If you haven't received your email, I'm probably still in the process of sending the email to you, so don't panic. But everybody check their email now, because I've sent most people that are on their email now. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? We've got another person coming on. Where's his email? There we go. Right, we've got. Right. That's email sent, I think, to everybody. If I have forgotten someone, I'm pretty sure someone will remind me. But I have sent everybody an email that's supposed to be coming on. So Ninja Night, check your email as well, please. I'm just letting the other two lads know. They were on earlier, so right. Oh no, he's here. Yeah, he's here. Okay, just have to make sure. Email sent. Right. I think we should start getting our guests on, shouldn't we? It does certainly make us think of our own mortality. I have to be honest, it does. Look, he was 90. You know, I mean, he's a legend, but it is. I don't care what anybody says, right? Just because, you know, today we hate actors and actresses of today because the way they carry on. Actors like Sean Connery and actresses of his era are completely different breed altogether, and we shouldn't be kind of throwing them in the same boat as these newer celebrities, because these newer celebrities are clueless. These were real celebrities. They worked hard for what they got, men and women, right? They worked hard. They weren't handed roles. They had to work for everything. And you know, when an actor or actress like that passes away, they deserve some sort of recognition. And if some fans want to get upset about it, let them get upset about it. As I said, I don't think even some of these people in these fandoms that are supposed to be fighting for fans, I don't get yous. You know, do you not have any emotional attachment to Anton anymore? You know, it annoys me. It really does. You know, like Sean Connery, like he was on my Bond. Obviously, Roger Moore was, because that was the era I was born. But when I got to see his Bond's Doctor No for the first time, he was Bond. Even though I'd seen Roger Moore, he was James Bond. He was the definitive Bond. Of course, we're going to have emotional attachment. We get most of us idolize them. You know, though, as I said, you know, his movies would have helped some men out there, you know, that were going through a difficult time. You know, it's a bit of escapism. And then you have people moaning because he passed away, and fans want to actually, you know, celebrate his life and celebrate his achievements. And you got some out there, bah humbug. Get over yourselves. Sick of it. Right, let's bring on our guests before I go on a rant. I don't want to go on a rant because we're here for Star Wars. Right, he's come a very long way. Yes, in fact, he's come from a completely different planet, and he has settled his roots here on Earth. Yeah, he told us why. And you know what? I'd rather go to his planet now, because no offense, Rabbi, this planet has gone to shit, man. 2020 is completely out the window now. It's gone. I mean, look, I just can't say anymore. We lost two legends, actually. And I'm not an English football fan, but Nobby Stiles died yesterday as well. One of the English World Cup winners of 66. You know, it's been a shit year. Look, we've all had problems, let's be honest, right? But these celebrities as well have been going through, and you know, and our families, we were all suffering. So I think, you know, people need to get things into perspective a bit. The ones that are moaning, you know, it's like it's society. The world has changed. There's an invisible killer out there There's people dropping dead left, right, and centre, and then you can't let us have one. Let us sell. Get away. I'm done. I'm done with people. Right, let's bring him on. He's the one and only rabbi from another planet, and he did actually say to me offline that he has some news. So let's bring him on. Let's see what he has to say.
Hello, how is everybody?
I was good until I woke up and I heard Sean Connery passed away.
Well, look. I mean, firstly, you got to remember he was 90 years old. He had a good innings. He did well.
I know, but I don't
know. His James Bond was iconic. It's fantastic. It was what our world is made of. But it's not like we were ever going to see it again. It's not like we've lost him. There was never going to be more James Bond. He was an old guy. I think it's time, but I don't feel like we've lost him. Right? That's the thing. I feel like we got the Bond moves. We have all his interviews. We have everything that we were ever going to have from him. And good for him. I just feel grateful for him being around. That's all.
Yeah, I know. I just kind of, I don't know what it is. It just sort of snapped in me today. I'm just sick of the moan. Like, just look, if fans wanna get a little bit upset, let them. I just don't get why.
Yeah, no, of course. I'm not gonna say. I've only been online for a couple of hours. What's the reaction been? I thought, generally speaking, people were sad, like you.
Yeah, there are some people sad, but you've got the SJWs now, kind of, they're piping in. Because there is some interviews. He did an interview with a female journalist back in the day where he
it's okay.
And he said some stuff, and they're obviously going. He's dead, but they're obviously going to pick up on that. They're not going to pick up on if he's reasons or what he's done.
Either idiot children or mentally ill grown-ups. One of the two. That's all. And their power is so going away.
Yeah.
It's so they never had any power, and it's so going away. That's why that's why nothing they say matters. And the only person listening to them is them. And listen, I mean, look, 5 years ago it wasn't the case. 5 years ago, the defund the BBC movement would never exist. Not a million years. Now it does. Now it does because people have just had enough. People were prepared to put up with this nonsense for a little bit. But we just all got headaches and we just had enough. And we just stop saying stupid stuff, you bloody idiot children.
Yeah.
That's really where we are with it. Stop saying stupid things, you idiot children.
That's it. Right. We will bring on the rest of our guests first before you give us the little bit of news that you said that you had.
It's a little fun thing, let me tell you.
Right, we will indeed. Right, let's bring on the rest of our guests. This fella, it has become a huge problem. Right, that even after streams, I can't get rid of him. We're watching Blake 7 together, actually, to be honest, and we're having a good time. It's the one and only Lee.
Even lives.
Does he? Shut up. What are you giving me spoilers for, you?
Yeah, R.I.P. Sean Connery, and to the fuckwits on Twitter, shut the fuck up. There's a time and a place to deconstruct another hero.
Now I have to go and see what people are saying.
Oh,
really?
just the usual bloody
usual nonsense, Rabbi. You already know what they're like. It's the usual crap out of them. The man has passed away. Leave it out, you bunch of morons. Right, let's bring him on because we had him on watching Blake 7 with us last night as well. Actually, it's the one and only Alpha Omega.
Hello.
Welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Glad to be here. Had fun last night too.
Yeah, that was good.
It was good last night. Yeah, we got through a few stories.
What episodes did you watch last night?
We watched Blake 7. We continued.
Which episode?
Well, we did the web, the one that you sent. Then
Seek, Destroy.
You can destroy, and then the other one.
So look, you're still in season 1, right?
Yeah.
For me, I think season 2 is probably the best. But I like season 3 as well. I'm just excited for you got so much good stuff coming.
Yeah, I'm actually listen. I was actually talking to Dan about it. When I first seen and I'll say this, and Lee keeps giving me stick for it every time. I keep saying, Jesus, man, those opening titles are just.
They are. They're pretty rough. I can't argue.
Yeah, right. But then I'm thinking, right, the titles are bad. This is going to be a pile of crap, right? Now, Lee did say to me, which is a fair comment. He says the first couple of episodes, you'll be kind of like, you'll be 50-50 sort of thing. But once you get past those two and you get to the third
he's
episode,
totally right. He's 100%
and yeah, I agree. Listen, I'm glad I stuck with it, because I'm really enjoying it. But we were also playing our scary music as well. Music made us scary as a kid as well. Yeah, so when we finish our streams, we take a break, and then this link, then we pop back in, and then we watch a couple of episodes or something.
And my scary music from my childhood had to have been the picture box music. I don't know if you remember that, Rabbi. Like the educational TV program.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Mysteries, the music out of Unsolved Mystery used to terrify me as a kid, especially when it was dark in the winter when that show was on, and I needed to go for a pee when I was a kid, and I'd be in me gym jams, and then that music would come on. I'd be terrified, man. That music,
Tales of the Unexpected.
And listen, I watch horrors and I don't get terrified, but that piece of music always terrified me for some weird reason. Right, let's bring on our next guest because he's waiting in the wings. And I'm proud to say we've got a fellow Irishman, another Irishman on the panel. Yeah, he's been joining me, and I've been on his channel. We rotate. We've been doing a show called What's the Crack? Well, no, the name is getting changed now. I won't tell you. But that's what I've been calling it. But when we get the new trailers, you'll know the name of the show. Lee is working on the trailer, so I won't tell you. We'll keep it as a surprise for when it's done. But yeah, every Wednesday we're on. We rotate on each other's channels. So go and subscribe. Actually, to all me guests, all me panels. Okay. So let's bring them on. It's the one and only Ninja Knight.
How's it going, lads? Evening, gents.
Hello.
By the way, guys, we're both in Dublin, so if you happen to hear fireworks in the background, it's because
it's like Afghanistan over here at the moment.
There's bombs going off everywhere, man. I'm like, what the hell? and then I'm saying to myself, they're not supposed to be doing that, yeah? So I've got one question to ask.
Go on.
Where's the fucking Gardaí?
Nowhere to be seen. I'm sure that they're sitting at home in their gym jams, as you would call them, and having a couple of cold ones because they are not going to be out challenging anybody. This Ireland, and particularly Dublin, you probably would say the same now, has been like Iraq for the last 3 or 4 months with the way the fireworks have been going off. In Ireland, we start the fireworks months early, so it's been a couple of months worth of it now, but it's come to a head now.
It'll come to a big hefty end, but then it starts back up again the week of bleeding New Year's Eve, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like they have the leftovers and they come back out and they're like, we have to get rid of these now, lads. So yeah.
But you know what they're doing? They're putting bangers together, right? They're wrapping bangers together, right? They're lighting all the fuses, they're running off, and they're causing big, huge explosions.
I know it's some of them would be they're probably from the old, dissident.
Yeah. Wink, wink. Yeah, so where we live, the areas that we live in, it's very, they'd say very Republican. So,
Should look at old Bono. Bono was grassed out by John Bon Jovi recently. Did you hear about that one? No.
No.
John Bon Jovi was doing a show across in America somewhere, some radio show, and he says, I was talking to my friend Bono, and Bono, he said he grew up with those orange men beating him up every day of every week, and I was like, Bono's out there been talking some serious shit.
Oh my god!
There's no orange men in Dublin, lads.
No. Now, but here's the thing, though, the little known fact: the Orange Order was actually first founded in Dublin. Right. Here, I'll give you a laugh, right? I think Ninja Knight will remember this. So
now, hang on. You've dated yourself now with Roger Moore being your Bond. I just want to say that.
Yeah,
he's not my Bond.
Yeah, but here, listen, right? This is funny, right? So the Orange Men recently, a few years back, had an anniversary, right? for when it was founded. So they decided to take a coach and come down to Dublin, right?
Yeah.
And there's footage, right? There's footage. Go onto YouTube, guys, and check it out, right? I don't know the name of the video, but just write in Orange Men in Dublin, right? and watch what happens, right?
I know people that were at that. I wasn't at it.
No, but just put it this way, right? If the Brits want to come down here and rub it in their faces, right, you'll see what happens to them. Go and check what happens to them when they come down here and try to rub that shit in their face. We're the south of Dublin. We're the south of Ireland, yeah? We're not into all of that nonsense. So if you're going to come down here and upset all of us, we're going to kick the shit out of you and send you back fucking home packing. And that's exactly what happened. They got the shit kicked out of them and they were sent packing. And they didn't have their march. They weren't going to march through Dublin fucking city. Get away. Not happening.
No.
Not happening. Why do pull that shit up?
It was never going to go. It was never going to go. I see Problem Beings acting the Orange Man now tonight. But Orange Man bad these days.
Hey, I've got more bloody Irish in me than I have English anyway.
No, I suppose.
I'd say you've had plenty of Irish in you. Problem being, I'd say you've had plenty of Irish in you.
How dare you? How dare you?
I thought it was a compliment.
How dare you?
I thought you were saying nice things.
I've been in plenty of Irish, believe me.
I mean, not at once, obviously, maybe only 4 or 5.
By the way, isn't that one making a movie, isn't she? How dare you? Isn't she doing a movie?
Yeah.
Is she really? Oh, God,
yeah, how dare you is doing a movie? She should be in fucking school.
She always pipes up when the school holidays have come to an end, if you noticed that one.
I have to. That's an interesting, That's very important.
Yeah. Well,
so, lads, what did you think of the Twitter nonsense today surrounding James Bond? I'm after saying you're talking, it's woeful stuff, isn't it?
I know.
I'm really glad I haven't seen any of it.
But I mean, it's fair criticism, but now is not the fucking time. The man's just been announced dead, for crying out loud. Where were you talking about this 10, 15, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Now it's
pure reactionary.
Pure
reactionary.
It's just virtue signaling once more. Oh, look at me. I've got to fucking kick the patriarchy whilst he's dead.
Yeah,
well, Connery came from a different time.
It's hatred, isn't it?
Yeah, it's total hatred
now. That's what it is, and that's what's sad. It's just like they're vilifying the man. They did it with Pertwee as well, right? When they digged up that old bloody clip to try cancel a dead man. And they did try cancel him, for all you idiots out there that said, no, they didn't try. Yes, they did. The only purpose for that video being released was to try cancel the man.
It's weird. I've noticed that the current iterations of a lot of genre favorites, Doctor Who, Star Trek, not Star Wars, really like The Mandalorian. That was fantastic.
Fabulous.
But, I've noticed that with Doctor Who is a great example. It just really attracts the least tolerant people in the entire. They're like, I've never seen. I mean, there's the Taliban, and then if you get less tolerant than them, then you get fans. I mean, they are the least tolerant human beings I've ever come across.
You're totally correct. And what they're going on about Sean Connery as well too is pure reactionary stuff to get a few of those Twitter likes and retweets as well too. This endorphin rush for trying to get off on someone's passing. And I have to say, like, as you said, Rabbi, I totally agreed with you insofar as that he was a 90-year-old man, of course. He was soon to obviously pass away. But I think that these hyenas trying to jump on the carcass, of a great individual is disgusting.
Because they're not capable of creating anything good.
I find this less repulsive than when they have to run and say how sad they are that somebody's dead because they have an identity that they like.
Look at the way they creeped about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Look at the way they creeped about her across in America, and then the way they behaved when Trump, the Orange Man, I should say, tried to fill that seat without getting political. But they screeched about that one.
The nicest woman ever. The nicest woman ever who adopted kids. It was incredibly, I can't believe how much this person has done. Raised like family, adopted kids, just been a good person, top of the legal profession, which is not an easy profession to be at the top of.
Yeah, do me a favor, guys. For you guys that have watched The Mandalorian, do not give any
No
spoilers.
spoilers. Have you not seen it yet?
No, me
Oh
and Lee.
no, it's
good.
fantastic.
I'm gonna watch it with Cheryl. Then I'm gonna watch it with Lee because me and Lee are gonna review it. But we have to do a review of Bleeding season 1 first, so we have to squeeze that in, and then we're gonna do the review of this. Yeah, because we're gonna do episode review now.
So good. It's so
good.
good.
Listen, this is the thing as well that annoyed me, right? And I'm just gonna say this, right? I know Disney ruins our franchise, Star Wars fans out there, right? But The Mandalorian is trying something different, right? This show seems to want to please the fans, but yet we still have Star Wars fans out there moaning. Listen, if I was in your position, I would hold this show because I wish Doctor Who or a spin-off of that franchise was brought back so we could have something. You have something, so grab onto it. You know, look, at the end of the day, right? Jon Favreau is not going to get political. He's going to do, he knows Star Wars fans. He knows what you want, right? And he's trying to deliver it. He might be able to give you everything that you want, but I still see people, I refuse to review The Mandalorian, right? And there's people talking good about, listen, I haven't even seen the episode, right? And I've looked at spoiler-free reviews, and every single person that I've seen has had nothing but good to say about it. There's nobody saying anything bad about it. So, I mean, I'm kind of getting, I don't know, I'm starting to think that most of this rage now, over The Mandalorian.
Yeah, some of it's false. Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, I have to say, I put up a review earlier on. It's filled with spoilers. So anyone who hasn't seen it yet, don't click on that one yet. But I have to say, even when I was retreading what happened in the episode, I found myself even thinking about it, and I kind of got emotional about it because I said to myself, you know what? It is basic, but the thing is the respect that's been shown to the fans is incredible. And I mean, Favreau gets it.
They've listened. That's the thing.
He understands, and he seems, in my opinion, he seems to have kept Filoni way on the leash, which is very important.
That's exactly
huge. That's huge.
Yeah. It's incredible. It's like an absolute mirror to Discovery, because Discovery has no understanding of what Star Trek is, and they put in these member bearers because with no clue what they're doing, and no love for it. There's member bearers in this. I'm not spoiling a damn thing for you. There's member bearers in it, and
so give me a second. You go ahead and talk.
There's member bearers in it, and every one of them is fantastic. I love it. Although I have to tell you, I won't say anything about it. I think it kicks no ears, but the two green chaps fighting at the beginning, they were a bit more svelte than we saw in Return of the Jedi.
He showed a character model for those two green individuals there not too long ago, and I don't think it would be the last that we'll see of those because he showed a fairly burly looking one that looked real aggressive. So I think that's maybe the fourth time.
They got that universe so right. As they you're totally into it.
I was really fascinated. Actually, I was watching a video on how they actually filmed the special effects with
the screen,
with the big wraparound screen. So they've got this real sort of, I guess it's like 16K or something, 8K LED screen that's sort of in a circular format, so they can actually live time color correct all the backgrounds.
That's incredible. Wow.
It's amazing.
It's fascinating.
So
it's
you
like
get all the reflections on the armor and everything that's actually really there. So that's really well thought.
Wow. Yeah, normally
I'm
not up for these TV shows having these massive budgets. It's normally like it shows an empty show. I'm so pleased that this one's got a crazy budget, right?
Well, the thing is, that's how they're going to move forward.
Sorry?
That's how things are going to move forward. You're going to see TV shows essentially replacing the blockbuster movie because even looking at you look at what they're doing with Daniel Craig's James Bond. Variety came out with an article and they were saying basically they've tried to go around to streaming services saying please buy us for 600 million, and the streaming services have just laughed at them. They're like, no,
it's ridiculous. It's just not going to happen.
I have to say to people to after the stream to go and check out Rabbi's excellent video, Liberal Progressives That Hate Heroes. It's so spot on. So spot. And I actually in the comment there put in there I've come up with a new term for you now. It's a new word a new term that should be used absolutely everywhere. So when you come across these people, in regards to hating heroes and having to use equity sleight of hand to kind of boost them up whilst bringing heroes down, I've called it Rabbi's Razor. Rabbi's Razor. Always go for the more pathetic reason.
You know, it's sad, but it's true. It really
is.
True.
Spot on.
I think, like you know, it's your boy Zach. You ever listen to your boy Zach videos?
Yeah, big time. I like his
Love
videos.
it.
Great stuff. Yeah.
He describes them as the worst people humanity has ever produced. I'm like, yeah, that's about right. Yeah, again,
right, yeah.
like the Taliban, they have some drive to them. They have some
the worst thing, because envy is a terrible driver for apathy.
But I wasn't only envy. I wish it was weakness, envy, being just general patheticness.
And then they have the moral sanctimony to wash over it. You know, they're so full of zeal and anger and resentment and all the rest of it, but it's all that sort of smug, sanctimonious attitude.
Yeah, well, they
sits on top of all of it.
Off their face this week. They're still freaking out. I got another video coming out tomorrow. They're gonna hate.
Good.
But the thing is, though, Rabbi, like you're writing down what you're doing, because, as you said, like with Comics Matter, with your boy Zach, like he's gone through a horrendous, string of things that have happened to him. And it's great that he's speaking out. And the same thing as well, too, with Ethan Van Sciver. And I think what's really interesting now, because, you know, even when you look at what Ray Fisher, who played Cyborg, is doing, currently throwing sort of veiled threats towards Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns. Now, like I say, if they're found, but if they're found,
else more responsible and more grateful for the role.
Well, it's not that. What my thing is that if someone's guilty of doing what he's saying they're doing, then they should be absolutely brought to justice. But the thing is that when you're going months and weeks like he is without kind of saying what exactly it is, it then makes me more skeptical. Then when you look at his Instagram, because I've just dropped the video on this one, when you look at his Instagram, then he has endorsed Bernie Sanders, and he's gone and endorsed then the other guy, if you know what I'm saying, the Biden fella. He's gone and endorsed him. So how can you then be crying wolf and say that Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns have said mean things to you, but then you're gonna be endorsing a guy that signed a crime bill and his running mate is a person that's incarcerated black men? Like, you cannot say that.
Don't forget, Biden was anti.
Logic. Oh, again, like the best thing that I realized, we've had the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 months telling us with the racial tensions in America that the only reason that people are killed is because their skin color by the police.
Yeah,
that's the only reason. If anybody's attacked, is if they have that skin color. That's it. That's the reason. So therefore, if anybody's ever attacked and is in any way, which everybody is, some form of minority, therefore that's the reason they're being attacked.
Yeah, like I've seen. Did you see Lil Wayne's post today? Did you see the video?
I love Lil Wayne. Yes.
Don't forget, Biden also. Biden was
Are we talking about politics?
Wait. Biden
was. Why are we talking about politics?
Just ending up with this. Don't forget, and I remind this actor of this, that Biden in the 60s was against getting rid of the segregation laws. Just thought I'd throw that one in there for you.
Yeah. So look, the thing is, I think Hollywood is slowly coming to an end of the nonsense that it's been up to, and I think when you're looking at the way things are going with the likes of No Time to Cook, not getting a release in a streaming service, that means then I think places are starting to wise up and they're starting to look at the Jon Favreau, without any spoilers here, of course, the Jon Favreau way of doing things, which is keep it simple, honor the fans, and then you have a good product that people are happy with, and that's all you have to do.
Yeah,
you know? Did a great job on that first.
People have any sense? They got to take all that wokeness out of that movie before they release it. They've had plenty of time to recut it.
I think they're working hard at that. That's why I think you're seeing serious reshoots happening in Hollywood. Like we're seeing some big reshoots happening in Zack Snyder's Justice League as well, and that starts to make me think.
Wait. You know? So I have 3 pictures to share with you. Something to cheer us up. Something with a little bit of a James Bondy feel. So I'm starting my sign up this week for my Indiegogo, and one of the things you get for the sign up is going to be, I'm doing a series of 4 cards called For the Male Gaze. For the Male Gaze. So the first one I want to do a James Bond one. This is so I sent the artist, who's the artist on the comic, the Imperium. I sent him the description. This is the first thing he came up with. It wasn't quite fluid enough for me. So then I gave him some notes, and he came up with this one, which is better. And once we look at this, I'll show you he just sent me the finished drawing, which I'm really excited about. So this one I feel is a little bit better. There's more movement, more fluid. So now, fine. This is a world exclusive here on the TARDIS Zone. This is the first of the 4 art cards that you can get for the male gaze. It's available there. There you go.
Very nice. Very nice.
Wow.
Cool.
So the next one, I just sent him lots of pictures of Nicola Bryant. There's a little team. And I think
you still need to send me. You still need to send me some elements.
I know. I'm hoping this week is. I believe me, I know. It's like I've got so many things I'm trying to get done. But yeah, for the male gaze, something a little bit to make you smile, because I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of being heterosexual, which is something they really don't like people being nowadays.
Yep, absolutely.
No, you're totally right. They don't like that, and like when you're seeing some of the recent castings as well too, and some of the stuff, like it's something that I've just noticed as well too. The last 2 Power Rangers series don't feature white males in a positive lead either. No. So the series that's just been announced.
Discovery?
Am I watching Discovery? No, I'm not watching it.
Oh, it's awful. It's so bad.
I can only imagine.
Right? If you have a penis and you're white, forget about it. You're screwed. Right?
Oh,
you have no future, because they'll tell you that you're a bad piece of crap. Right, and then they'll say that you're not going to get the jobs that you want, because, unfortunately, because women have been slaves for millennia or whatever, thousands of years, that you have to pay for the way women were treated back in the day. So screw you, and that's your life. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. It's essentially Star Trek Picard was about Picard going around apologizing for being a white man. So that's really what it was. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
you make me Captain again.
Can't wait till we review season 2 of that crap.
Will you make me Captain again?
I can't believe they're making more Discovery, let alone Picard.
I know.
I can't imagine they're going to make Picard.
Right.
Surely he's uninsurable at the moment with everything that's going on.
That's what I would have thought.
Yeah. But when he's going around, will you make me Captain again? And it's just like, would you stop?
It's just sad. I mean, but honestly, actors, they're basically dummy narcissists mostly, right? And they should just keep quiet and just shut up and pretend to be people.
It should be bloody great.
Oh man, the amount of money I've saved this year, and I'm going to save in the future on people saying stupid things this year, is absolutely incredible. I'm absolutely shocked,
Mm. Yeah. Right, are we ready to do the movie?
Yeah, was it Alpha Omega? Do you need? Was it? I sent everybody a link to it. Alpha Omega. I haven't sent you a link. Would you like one, or are you okay?
Can you send me? Oh, you have sent me one.
I'm good. I have it queued up.
Very good. So what the one I just uploaded to my Google Drive? It was like just the latest version. So it's got, which I actually think the special edition of Empire is the best of the special edition. It's got the Wampa scene in it, which I really like. And it's not really that intrusive. You just get to see a bit more Cloud City, basically, as I recall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Right, are we all in the chat? Are we all
here? Downloading it.
What?
Just downloading it.
Watch the bloody thing the way it is.
No, because it's tiny square. I need to expand it, and the only way to do that is
it shouldn't take long to download, though. I scrunched it down to be a smaller file, and it should be decent quality as well. It's the same. Was it?
Yeah, please keep the chat clean.
I use for.
I just seen someone in there say, keep the chat clean. Charlotte just told people to keep the chat clean. If there's anybody cursing in the chat, YouTube are being dicks. It's not me. You know me. I would let you drop F-bombs all you bleeding want, but unfortunately you can't. So Keep the bad language out of the chat, please. Thank you.
Oh, by the way, no, I had a very strange YouTube experience today. Like I came out was it out of the Sabbath? I've been offline for 25 hours. I checked the video that I posted right before Sabbath started to see how it went. So it had 30 views. Normally this would have about 600-700 by now. Like couldn't work out. I was like, have I been shadow banned? I was really nervous. Turned out that I forgot to change it from unlisted to. Me that did that.
Is this which one version of this are you watching, guys? Are you watching the original version or the special edition, the new one that Lucas updated?
Special edition, Ninja Knight. I sent you a link in your Twitter.
Oh, so, perfect.
Right, we'll take Rabbi's She-Bon down.
Yeah, but look forward to the. I hope to get the next two this week. The next one's going to be Perry, and the one after that will be a bit of Space 1999 action.
Great. I'll have a bit of that.
Yeah, has the answers replied yet? I'll have a look.
Yeah, we've had no kids knocking at our door either. That's brilliant, isn't it? A Halloween where you don't have kids trick-or-treating because, parents are scared shitless to send their kids out.
Yeah, love it.
It's pretty mad, isn't it? No.
I hate it because this is what happens, right? Because we do get stuff in for the kids, because people use them up. But the thing about it is, like, within an hour, you've ran out of shit and there's still kids coming and you're like, you don't, in Ireland, like, and Ninja Knight will tell you this, in Ireland, like, when Irish mothers and dads run out of fruit,
it's not good.
The kids, you don't open the door to pretend that they're not in.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, man. Because we don't leave any of the sweets outside because, like, literally a kid will just come along, take the whole lot and run off. Like, So, yeah. But you always run out, man. And then it gets embarrassing because when a kid knocks at the door, you kind of, like, don't want to be telling them, well, I've nothing else. And then the mothers and fathers are looking at you, you greedy bastards.
You just wouldn't open the door at all now. That'd be my game.
We don't open the door. We don't bother. It's played brilliant, man. But yeah, those fireworks, I don't know if you can hear them in the background, but they've been going for the last 20 minutes now. It's like all that pent-up aggression, they're just taking out on the fireworks.
No, yeah, definitely. I'd be curious to see what it's like in the inner city now at the moment in town because
I know.
You know yourself, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's fairly bad in there now. But
yeah, imagine if the pubs were open.
Yeah, I'd be fascinated now. But see, the thing is now with the pubs not being open here, you're going to have a lot more people in houses at gaff parties and stuff. So it's going to be it'd be interesting stuff. I'd be looking forward to seeing what sort of reports are going on tomorrow. I've heard plenty of sirens this evening. So
listen, it's going to be fun tomorrow because we're going to have the news and it's going to be 20 minutes of Dublin Fire Brigade, Dublin City Council saying how much damage was done.
But you see, it's a perfect cover.
1.2 million worth of damage done. They'll bet do that this year.
It's a perfect cover because did you see what happened on Twitter today?
No, what happened on Twitter?
About the Varadkar fella.
Oh, what did he do now?
Oh, well, he leaked classified documents, so I mean, he should be charged.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? And he done it a couple of weeks back as well, the little snitch, because he's not like that. Yeah, he's trying to undermine the government that he's in himself.
So he's after being caught out doing that, but see, they will spin, because you know what the RTEs, like RTEs here, basically like the fake news, and real fake news now really, really are, and they will totally sweep it under the carpet, whatever happens with him, and they will talk about whatever happens this evening on Halloween and how bad and how evil the people of Ireland are because they went and enjoyed themselves, you know? So... Seriously, I'm not joking.
I mean, like, Ireland hasn't suffered enough under Catholicism for guilt and shame.
This country is a mess. Bring back the Catholicism is what I say.
You wankers trying to fucking take us over. You know, we have to deal with Jews as well. You know, we do well. Also,
when you look at some of the stuff, though, problem Ben, when you look at some of the likes of, I think it's actually in the trailer for the Call of Duty, the new one there. They have a Russian defector, and he tells you how to destabilize a country.
Demoralization.
Everything that he's saying.
Are you going to buy that game? Because I'm on PlayStation, mate. If you're on PlayStation, we should have a
Do you know what? Actually, I'm on Xbox One. Is that cross compatible?
Yeah,
Isn't it?
cross-platform. Yeah.
Perfect.
Cross-platform and all. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna go on that.
They've
I am.
got
Yeah,
play
100%.
date. That's
Play date will be deadly. Yeah, we'll be the new Doctor Disrespect. Me and Noel.
Why not? You'll be the doctor. I'll be disrespect. Right, are we ready to get going, folks?
Ready to go. Yeah. Thanks to Rabbi sent me.
Poor Chris says he's waiting the last 45 minutes, so we better get it going. Come on. He's right. We better get it going.
Let's go, boys. Thanks, Rabbi, for sending that on to me. I got that there. Thanks. Yeah.
Right. We let Lee do the countdown because we have a new way of doing it now. We press play on 1. Right. So as soon as he says 1, everybody press play. There's none of this 1 and then press play because that's an extra 2 seconds. So it's 1. Right. So Lee, knock yourself out there, pal. Rabbi,
where are we starting from? Are we starting right from the start?
Yeah, right from 0.
Okay, right from 0.
7 minutes. 2 hours and 7 minutes of pure, unadulterated fun.
2 hours and 7 minutes and 22 seconds.
21 according to me, but go ahead.
Well, I don't know what
It's 21. 21 is me too.
Yeah, right.
I'm special. I got an extra
you're
second.
special.
You are special.
I got 1 second more Star Wars than you do now.
Yeah, that's
bigger than yours.
Right, let's go. Do it, Lee.
Right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're off.
Bam.
I love the way you And by the way, if anybody knows any little snippets of nuggets of information that most Star Wars fans don't know, whack them out as well, you know?
Good luck with
Keith
that.
was great with that Star Wars, wasn't he? Keith who knew everything.
Yes.
I have to say the music is great.
Off in this one is because it was a massive leap forward in special effects technology. A lot of the time they had space battles with a black background to hide the matte line. So to do it on a white background was insane. Nobody had ever thought of doing that before. And it really worked. It really worked. That's why it's like very, very new for this one.
Right, shh. I can't listen to you and read at the same time.
Okay.
Who wants to read it out, actually? We should have got someone to read it out.
It is a dark time for the rebellion. Something Star Wars mean the star things destroyed, hidden, evading the dreaded Imperial Starfleet. A group of freedom fighters led by Luke Skywalker has established a new secret base on the remote
evil Lord
spice
Darth
world
Vader,
of.
obsessed with.
Do you want me reading this or not? The evil Lord Darth Vader, obsessed with finding young Skywalker, has dispatched thousands of remote probes, not problems. That's me, into the far reaches of space.
Well, you have
know all about probes, way.
Well done. You got there eventually.
Brilliant stuff,
man. I remember seeing this in the cinema when I was a kid.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, lucky you. Lucky you.
Yeah, I remember like
That's a ship.
with this opening. Love Star Destroyer.
So, I want to ask something that's always puzzled me. Right, so they blew up the first Death Star and they create a second Death Star. But did they create a second Death Star with the exact same plans, with the exact same?
No, that second one's much bigger. In fact, the first one was essentially a prototype, and I think the theory is that they were both at once, weren't they?
I think the second one was a rebuild of the first one.
The one where he climbs inside the creature that looks like a camel.
Yeah.
I'll try and pull up a Death Star comparison between the two.
That creature's called a Tauntaun.
Okay. See, you got to show you I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but
now this is part of the new special edition where you can see it's CGI and they're using this Tauntaun that's running around here. This wasn't in the original.
That felt like very stop motion to me, though.
It did look very like claymation, didn't it? Like from the old Clash of the Titans.
Yeah,
Now, this is the first reveal of Mark Hamill after his bad crash that he had.
Yeah.
So the reason why they start the scene off really early is because that Wampa attacks him, so they can kind of explain why he looks different in this one.
That looks a bit crap, man. See, I don't know about you guys, but I'm more of a practical effects guy, you know?
Oh yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons I was excited for Force Awakens. It's something that JJ actually did really right. Is most of it was practical effects.
About the only thing he did right.
The comparison between the two Death Stars now.
Right, what Rabbi shared? The comparison. Oh, nice one.
So the second one was quite a bit bigger.
Wow.
One was 120. So one was 120 kilometers in diameter. The other one was 160.
I seen someone build their own Death Star.
Sorry?
I seen someone on YouTube build their own Death Star.
There's a really, really good channel, actually. It's worth watching. This guy shows you how to make the Death Star out of cardboard, and he looks fantastic. And he does really, really good. He did like the alien xenomorph head made out of cardboard. Shows you how to do it.
Yeah. Share that channel. I want to see it.
Yeah, cardboard. Yeah, he's right. I watched the video only a couple of. Lee, that's weird that you say that. A couple of days ago, I just watched
brilliant.
That when we were doing the whole Star Wars thing. I was looking for a bit of music I wanted to do it, but then I couldn't find any that I could use.
This scene's interesting. They tried to rewrite the scene in the Marvel Comics recently, and basically, they tried to delete basically the male leader that you're seeing here on the right hand side, and basically say that Leia was in control of the whole base.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And he was also the unruly the American guest at 40 Towers, if I recall correctly, right?
Yep.
I tell you, they both look at their absolute best. In this movie. By the way, Daniel, I just saw you in the chat. I read your review. It's freaking awesome. I'm sorry I didn't reply yet.
Rabbi, I put the link in the main chat, not the private chat. So it's there. Epic cardboard props.
Oh man, I'm so up for this. There you go. You were locked down.
Share, subscribe.
Yeah, I'm totally giving that one a sub. Maybe I can get one on my channel on buy. He's got a lot of subscribers there.
No, he's really approachable. I left a comment. He did like a competition on like a what do you call it? Make your own quote kind of thing. So I did something like that, and he responded. He really liked it. He thought it would be a good sales tagline. So it's great.
You wouldn't get that in a movie these days, a straight white male telling off a woman.
No.
Oh, no, not anymore.
It's the other way around now, isn't it? We get told off. You know? Listen, I don't mind. Listen, I don't mind. I get why some women out there might feel like they're being oppressed because, they're insecure and, they don't feel confident within themselves. But go off and get help for that and don't be projecting that to the rest of us. And the rest of the women, because the rest of the women out there will do what women want to do. We don't tell them what to do. Women will do what they want to do. Career-wise, start a family or whatever. They will do what they want to do. They don't need you women out there dictating and telling them what to do because they don't want us men doing it either. And we don't. We let them live and let live, I say.
I have to say, I really like how Harrison Ford behaves, and particularly Han Solo towards C-3PO when you know what a piece of shit Anthony Daniels is.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know he was a piece of shit. That's interesting.
Oh, he treated Kenny Baker, who played R2-D2, woefully. Kenny
Really?
Baker, yes, he had an open disdain for Kenny Baker.
Wow.
Kenny Baker wanted to do basically con circuits to earn money, particularly in the latter years of his life before he unfortunately passed away. And Daniels stuck his nose up and said, "I'm too good for those type of cons." A horrible, horrible human.
Oh, that's terrible. I know you always have pretensions to be like a grand actor, but come on, let's face it, you're C-3PO.
Wow. That is actually listen, but that did go on. Ninja right? That sort of stuff didn't just go on there. It was prevalent throughout Hollywood. Like there seems with all the stuff that we're hearing now, there seems to be a lot of bullying going on back in the day.
He called them things like little man and everything like that.
Now for past crimes. No, I don't think so. I mean, if they've apologized to the person and they've made up with the person, I think they should move on. But we're hearing all of this stuff about Joss Whedon. Now, whether you think he is an asshole or not, should it all be highlighted now because they're trying to cancel the guy? I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, I mean, the thing is, everybody who works in Hollywood is totally cancelable because everybody, if you be able to fly in the industry, you've got to be an awful person. Yeah. Everybody's totally cancelable.
I know, you're right. That's the thing about it, though, isn't it? I mean, most of the famous actors and actresses out there are ruthless. They are that's their personality, but they don't.
Can I just say that I used to have the pop-up book for this.
I love this scene.
Yeah,
this was one of my favorite scenes in this movie.
Although, when I watched this, I had no idea you could do this sort of stuff with the Force. I'm like, really? Because they never indicated that in the first movie. Like, mind tricks was like the wildest thing you saw.
I have to be honest with you, though. I think the luckiest person in this.
Did you hear the mistake, though? Did you hear the mistake? They had the lightsaber sounded like it was being retracted, but it wasn't actually retracting.
Oh, that's interesting.
Do you know that? I said the luckiest person in this whole franchise has been Mark Hamill, probably the weakest actor in the whole franchise, but became the most popular.
Well, I think that's because he gravitated towards the character and, kind of never really got away from that and based his fame off that. But then, remember, he had a resurgence in the 90s playing the Joker.
Yeah.
Again, he's known for those two characters, whereas
he's a great Joker. He's a
phenomenal Joker, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was also big in the 90s in Babylon 5. No, that was Bill Murray. Is that him or Bill Murray? I can't remember.
Bill Murray.
They're kind of interchangeable, aren't they?
Bill, yeah. Yeah, they are. And they've recently played with the idea of Sebastian Stan being a version of Luke.
I can kind of see that. Honestly, I thought Alden Ehrenreich was one of the better casting choices in Solo. I would like to see what he could have done if it wasn't awful.
I would have rather than centre that movie around probably Lando, and then just leave Han Solo out of it.
Oh, you know what? Centre it around your characters. Have them as side characters. Yeah. Like it would have been like a bank job, the Kessel Run, right? And they had to go and do this bank job, and then Han Solo and Lando were like the kids, the two new people. That would have been great. That would have been
an awful lot of untapped. Yeah, no, totally agree. But to me, there's an awful lot of untapped projects that they could do there. Post Order 66, Darth Vader. You could do something to do with maybe the Jedi, the system of the Jedi before that were training Yoda, something like that in the Old Republic. You could also do then, like I said, a Boba Fett series that they haven't done yet. But it's strange that they decided to change someone that's so recognizable like Han Solo.
I was going to ask, did it take much to convince the cast to come back for the second movie?
Oh, I think they're all totally on board. I mean, listen, this was the biggest.
I know Harrison Ford and a couple of the other actors that were in the first one weren't quite sure about why they were in the movie in the first place.
Yeah,
but Ford didn't want to come back after this one.
Truck of money into their living room. I think they were fine with it.
Ford didn't want to come back after this one.
He didn't?
No. That's why the Carbonite thing at the end is so emotional, because they actually thought that Ford just wasn't going to come back.
And then they managed to get him back.
Yeah, I don't know really the wrangling of what they did. They obviously offered him a lot of money, but then Lucas obviously talked them around and said, look, it would work better for us for you to have you in Return of the Jedi. But if you notice,
Chewie.
If you notice in this movie as well too, Lando Calrissian actually wears Han's clothes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it's in Jedi. I think, as far as I know.
Oh, he does. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was the co-pilot's name, Num Num.
Num. Yeah.
I think they came with the ship, didn't they? I suppose.
Yeah.
Thank you to PD Rich, who continues to throw everybody who's on the panel's channels up. Guys, don't forget in the chat
Thank you, mate.
to subscribe to everybody. And don't forget to like and share this stream also, please, if you don't mind. And if you don't like it, I suppose you could dislike it as well, because every little helps, as they say in Tesco.
It really does, doesn't it? My videos always do better with 3 dislikes.
I know, yeah.
Wouldn't it?
You know, keep it out, keep it going. It all adds up. But this movie, yeah, I like this movie because there's a lot more going on in this one for me personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's way more happens in this one.
I found Return of the Jedi
that has to be
sometimes a bit
stop motion.
boring in
That's
parts, so
going
I'd be interested to see when I watch it again, will I be bored as I was? Because I did find Return of the Jedi boring.
Yeah, Jedi is definitely the weakest of the three, in my opinion.
Well, Jedi is essentially 2 movies stuck together that don't really match each other at all. You got the first half, which is kind of weak. I thought the whole Jabba thing, it was weak. But then you got the second half with the attack on Endor, freaking awesome. In fact, I remember one time I wanted to watch it, and I have so much Star Wars love imbued in me. I just intuited where to start the movie. I got it exactly the scene as they're coming out of hyperspace on the second Death Star. I'm like, that's perfect. Perfect. Now, was it ad-lib that line? You thought they smelled bad in the outline or outside, or do you think it was scripted?
I'd say that was ad-libbed. I think most of what Harrison does is ad-libbed. Interesting to know that they were looking at Kurt Russell and Tom Selleck for that role as well, too, for Han Solo.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. Out of the 2 actors,
well, Russell was huge at the time. He was massive.
Right.
I think Russell would have fit. I think Russell would have fit more than what's his name?
Selleck,
yeah, Selleck, because Selleck is a kind of a nice guy kind of thing, isn't he?
Yeah. He looked way too old in comparison to Leia too, though. You know.
I would just say, like the design of these snow speeders, it's got. You know what makes something work is that when it's incredibly functional. Like Judge Dredd's outfit, it just there's so much function built into it. Same with these speeders. I love the little fins that like pop up and down on the side.
I like this ship design actually.
Right, and then when they bring them out with the attack soon, but again, like we just take it for granted. This match shot of them flying across snow, like never been done before. This was totally revolutionary.
My dad has often said, like, he remembers a friend of his having seen The Force on A New Hope, and he ran into the pub and was like fucking outrageously screaming, like, you have to see this. This is the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. And like the next day they all went, and he was like, it was the most incredible thing we'd seen.
Okay, the guy I'm most jealous of is Samuel Jackson, who tells the story when he first saw it. He was older. He was like, his mid-20s. He got really, really high in line. And then as that first Star Destroyer comes over, he's like, this is the greatest moment of my life. Who doesn't want to sit in a Bacta tank? I like a bit of Bacta. So did they write it in because of his accident, you think?
Yeah, they changed that up because of the accident, yeah.
So General Riken's gone now?
Yeah, he's been erased, and it's Leia in charge with a very suspect-looking Luke as well, too.
A very effeminate Luke, yeah.
It's been Paul McCartney'd.
Yeah, it's very sus. Laugh it up, fuzzball.
Actually, that Paul McCartney conspiracy is actually a good one. The one where he was supposed to die in that car crash.
What movie is that?
Yeah, so he was involved in a car accident, right? But some reports back in the day claimed that he died, and he went missing for months then, and then he reappeared then, and then people know this is all the conspiracy. Then they noticed different facial features, and then that's how the conspiracy grew. So there is actually a conspiracy that Paul McCartney is not really Paul McCartney.
Right. Yeah, I heard that one.
Of McCartney.
Yeah,
It's a good
dirty,
conspiracy
incestuous
theory, though.
bugger.
It is a good one though, because it is, if you listen to some of the songs backwards. But again, you know, it's the same with Chicago as well. You listen to some of their songs backwards, it sounds like devil worshiping music. It's just, you know, you reverse tunes, you hear what you want to hear, sort of thing.
I think Metallica used that as a defense when they were sued because somebody found like these devil worshipping lyrics if you play their record.
That was Judas Priest.
Yeah, that's right. And they've been caught. They played back lots of weird things, like my mother went up the road. You know, things that we play back. Yeah. Just something that happens.
Yeah, and Bill Hicks rightly pointed out, if you are playing records backwards, you are Satan.
What's interesting about that kiss as well, too, between Leia and Luke was that only Luke, Mark Hamill was the only one to know in the whole cast and crew that he was actually going to say, Vader was going to say, I'm your father.
That's cool.
So much so that Harrison Ford, when they went to the premiere and it was said, he looked at Hamill and he was like, you kept that from me. And apparently Carrie Fisher was really angry as well, too. Yeah, she was really angry with Hamill for a long time after that.
I had that toy, that android.
I love that android. Freaking awesome.
I had so many of the toys. It makes me sick to think how much they're worth now.
I know.
Man.
Yes, finally.
Yeah, this is the first piece of the Imperial March, right?
Yeah. Or the theme tune to Alex Jones.
I have to say, he's great. He is Alex Jones. I love him.
You have to hear the remix version, the one that was used in Spaced, the Simon Pegg TV series. The brilliant version of this.
Well, the one that always sticks with me is like Peter Griffin down there.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Imagine Davros coming into that with flanked by Daleks.
Oh yeah, that would work so well.
Actually, someone should do that.
I was just thinking that. I bet someone will.
He's not long for the world.
See, I was one of those people, like in the Rogue One. I was one of those comtechs.
That's cool. You see, we're all silent. It's so good, this movie.
He looks like Mr. Bronson, doesn't he, from Great Hill?
It's exactly who he is. Same guy, Michael Sheard.
Oh,
a bit of a dirty look there.
He's really nervous. He's fiddling with his fingers, that guy. You see, it's like, I can't say the lines very well, so I'm going to feel awkward.
There's a lot of actors that do that, though. They personally put in text to put someone off. Have you ever heard the story as well, too, about Richard Harris, Lee?
No.
He used to go on the beard an awful lot with, I think it was John Hort, and the two of them were together across him, I think it was in England, and the two of them would compete with each other. They said it got really heavy sometimes. We're trying to distract other people as well too, and
trying to corpse each other.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I have to send you the link to Staged, which is basically what that whole thing is like. I'll just drop the link for you guys. It's so funny.
It looks weird.
He does. But like, who doesn't want a hug from Chewie?
Right?
Everybody wants a hug from Chewie.
Yeah.
God,
when we were backstage,
when the original actor died.
Yeah. When we were going to lunch, when we were filming Solo, the guy who was playing the new version, he went to stand up, and there was this really quite high up bar, because he's so tall, he just banged his head on the thing. He was wearing his Wookiee costume, but like not the helmet. not the mask, but he just bashed his head in it. And I said, someone really should put a sign on that, and he laughed. I mean, no one else's head could ever go anywhere near it, but I just thought it was funny.
Wait, who's that?
What's the new guy like? Is he good?
It was a really nice guy. Really,
Ludwig or something is his name, is it?
yeah, something like that. Really nice chap.
Is that guy Jared Harris? Like a very young Jared Harris? No, it can't be.
It's Julian Glover.
Oh, that Julian Glover? Really?
Yeah, a lot of these guys appeared in Game of Thrones. Some of these guys. I think Grand Maester Poisel was...
right, that's Julian Glover, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the exaggerated use of force powers from the first one.
Yeah, you don't want to be put in charge after the guy has just been charged.
Yeah, exactly.
It's on that chopping board. Oh, fuck's sake. She is beautiful.
It is so cool.
Counter that with the Admiral Holdo then you have in Last Jedi. It's a stark contrast, isn't it?
Oh my god, not even close. Right. Is Tenet out on download yet? Like, because we didn't get it in cinemas there because there wasn't any cinemas open. I really want to see that.
Which one is that, Rabbi? What did you say?
Tenet.
Oh, Tenet. Yeah, I don't know if that's out yet. No.
Out.
I've heard varying things on it, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, me too. I just want to see it though.
Who had that transport ship? I did.
Oh, a bit Iron Control. Yay! The first transport.
Hamill looks so incredibly different from the first one. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
He really does, doesn't he? He's much. Yeah, he looks much older.
He looks so different.
I remember the making of this. The guy showing you everybody how to use the guns. Like he had a cigarette permanently in his mouth. Did you remember see that making of?
No, I haven't seen the making of this one. No.
I was talking about Winning Day in 1980 when it came out.
So who else grew up thinking they were called AT-ATs? I did.
Yeah, that was the way.
What? Why wouldn't you call that Imperial? AT-ATs and Imperial, they're the same thing. They're called both, aren't they?
Well, I've only found out like in the last couple of years they're called AT-ATs. So like,
I always call them AT-ATs.
Yeah.
By the way, they were their walk was based on elephants,
and they ripped them off in The Last Jedi
badly.
Have you ever seen a comparison video? I think it's the Escape from New York and comparing what they do there with The Last Jedi, and it's nearly a scene for scene perfect representation of it. They just ripped off Escape from New York.
Well, I'm reading this right. UK's going to full lockdown on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm just saying that on.
Oh, that's good news for me. That's fantastic news for me.
Are you supposed to be traveling?
No. It means that I'm going to get. I'm launching the sign up for my Indiegogo and get more people at home. I'm going to be doing a ton of live streams. Forget it.
Brilliant.
It's fantastic news for me. I'm telling you.
Yeah, this lockdown stuff is giving a lot of people money to spend. I know myself, I bought more merchandise now than I have ever.
Right. And I want to launch the Indiegogo, but in December when people are shopping for Christmas. I'm like, yes. When people's wallets are out and they're ready to go.
Yeah.
Earlier. Oh, there goes Zach. Is it Zach or Dak?
Jack's not well.
Jack.
Oh, Jack.
Dak. What's interesting when you see in the scene as well, too, particularly in this film, is the reuse of people that are extras as some of the other characters. Like Alan Harris is a stormtrooper in this, and a rebel, and then he later plays Bosk.
Oh, really?
One of the bounty hunters.
Bosk wears a outfit from 1966 episode of Doctor Who.
That's right. And Alan Harris was an absolute gentleman. I met him. He was a lovely guy.
And I had those radar dish toys as well. Just thinking of all the toys I had and lost, it's just heartbreaking.
I love that little shot where they we see from the speeder's eye view.
Do you collect any of the Black Series, Lee?
Oh, that's weird. You're right.
Lee.
Problem being.
Yes.
Do you collect any of the Black Series figures?
Any of the what?
The Black Series figures. You know the new Star Wars Black Series 6-inch figures?
No, all the stuff I had was original stuff when I was a kid. I used to have a 12-inch Darth Vader and a
cool.
I guess 8-inch R2D2.
Wow.
All gone. Oh, it just breaks my heart.
Be worth a fortune now.
Yeah.
Well, I had the entire first run of figures, and they got stolen from me at school.
No way.
Yeah, the only ones I had left was Chewie and an X-Wing fighter.
No way, man.
Yeah, what can you do? Don't bring your stuff to school, idiot. That's the lesson I learned.
Yeah, that was a big lesson as well.
I had a Power Rangers Megazord when they were big, and someone stole the horns from the Triceratops. Who does that? You know what I mean? Brought to scale, never again.
Yeah.
You know, again, it's the ingenuity that they do in making these effect scenes that just make them work so much better. When you got to put more care into it, you just care more. You know.
I think it's a sign of the times, though, as well, Rabbi. Like, they had plenty of time to make these, whereas a lot of stuff now is just made within a couple of years. I mean, you look at the downgrade and the quality of the CGI in the MCU. Like, you look at that.
Oh my gosh!
You look at that fourth Iron Man movie.
Like the end of that story, I would never have bought that DVD.
You look at that first Iron Man movie. The armor looks real. You go to Civil War. His head is floating all over the place, and it's just
it's a shame. You're right. You know, although I saw the Iron Man trailer the year before it came out. It was I went to Comic-Con that year, and they no lines for anything before Comic-Con was big, and they showed the trailer, and they had the whole way. It was really cool. I was like, wow, that looks real.
Yeah. Favreau again, done a great job.
Yeah, you know? He was there.
Was he?
Yeah. He was showing because they were terrified. Nobody knew it was going to work. Iron Man was a tiny character, and he was very confident because he knew how good it's going to be.
I have to say, as a fan of Iron Man, I had never when I seen the trailer for it, I'd never had any doubts that it was going to be successful.
I knew nothing about the character.
All right. I was big into them from the animated series, and I said to myself, that is a character that would work really well. And then when in 2008 it dropped, I was like, this is going to be killer. And it blew up, of course, and I was really happy.
That movie was so good, I went to see 2 other movies because of it. Iron Man 2 and 3, which weren't great, but I still enjoyed them because that first movie was so good.
Well, an unfortunate thing for Iron Man 2 is they cut it so much and took an awful lot of creative control away from Favreau.
Really?
In that movie. Yeah. The Whiplash Ivan Vanko character was supposed to be well more explored and more deep. They cut a lot of that.
I found him interesting.
Oh, he was great. What Mickey Rourke had done for that was very interesting.
Well, led a very bizarre life where
he went to a Russian prison and everything, just to get results. It was wow. Yeah, he went heavy on that, man.
I did not know that. So listen, I used to live in Miami. I left Miami when my annual pass to Disney ran out. But they had it wasn't a life size AT-AT, but a pretty big one. It was
They have one of those
life size speeder there.
They do have one of those they do in Disneyland, Florida. It's very impressive, that lifestyle.
Yeah,
It's
that's what they are.
80. Yeah.
I just can't believe how they like screwed up Galaxy's Edge.
hmm
It's
When you hear what that was supposed to be and what it became,
yeah,
it's
You're supposed to
sad.
have hotels there, like Star Wars
Yeah.
hotels.
They're
And you're
supposed to do
be
all of the
in
different
space.
planets.
You're right.
That would have been sick. And
Yeah, it would have been
then we've
fantastic.
gotten the joke that it is.
Well, I think they're talking about changing it into Aladdin Land.
Really?
Yeah, that's done that badly.
Whoa. Well, I've heard recently as well too. They've let an awful lot of people go from the theme parks that work there. Yeah.
Parks are over. I mean, listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Walt Disney's legacy has been shot down the toilet.
But the only thing is, that's why you're seeing the likes of Ike Perlmutter, who was big in that company, giving money towards the Orange Man's effort, because the Orange Man wants that stuff opened. He doesn't want it closed.
All right. Also, Perlmutter's a big, Orange Man guy as well.
Oh yeah, big time, big time.
Yeah.
But what's weird about it is then he employs an awful lot of people for Marvel Comics that are opposing the Orange Man.
Well,
It's really
he wasn't that hands-on. He was basically a toy manufacturer who got lucky. He got the characters when it was like. But I just love the John Williams music here. It's like an extra character,
perfect,
isn't it? Like as Darth Vader walks in, you get his theme.
Yeah, I love that scene. Oh, typical. And just grabs him in.
Lucas directed this one, didn't he? He did, right?
No, was it not Ivan Kirshner or something like that?
I thought Kirshner wrote it. I can't remember who directed it. I think
Was this not written by that guy that did the Force Awakens, his son? What was his name? Or that done Solo? I think he wrote the Force Awakens as well. What's his name? No, his name is going blank on me now. Hang on.
Oh, I love Han Solo, man.
he's so cool.
He just knows what's what.
Yeah, Lawrence Kasdan. That's who it was.
That's the one. Yeah, I was just looking it up. Yeah.
His son wrote a Solo, I think.
Kasdan wrote it and Kirshner directed it. He also did. Who was he? He did a bunch of good stuff. Did he do the James Bond movie right after that?
Who was this Kirshner?
Yeah, I'm just having a look up right now. Yeah, his next movie was Never Say Never Again, and then he ended on a bit of a low, RoboCop 2.
Ah.
Although there was a lot good about RoboCop 2.
I actually like RoboCop 2. I actually like the reboot of RoboCop. I'm probably in the small minority that did enjoy it.
It was okay. It wasn't. It lacked the charm of the first one.
Yeah, the humor was. I mean, it's supposed to be a black comedy, like really.
I'll buy that for $1. Oh, that's not RoboCop. Oh, it is RoboCop.
I mean, it's got some really dark humor in there, and it's biting satire. It was the satire that was really lacking in the new one. Not the Dagobah system.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It is, isn't it?
Oh, and great. The beats are just perfect. You go from that little fun scene to this action scene. How is he so cool? How can one person be so incredibly cool? Oh, this is awesome.
Scuppered them.
Oh man, it's just like you watch this and you think of The Last Jedi and you go, How can these two things exist in the same universe?
And then it falls on top of his head.
Yeah, I'm not a big soundtrack person. I'm just loving this soundtrack.
Yeah, the
Yeah, it's
soundtrack
beautiful.
in Star Wars is actually perfect. Like Superman, I love the soundtrack.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Never tell me the
Tell
odds.
me the odds. I know. Oh, there's another TIE fighter. But again, I'm loving these real explosions. Is that the fireworks going on? Oh man, this is just perfect.
Yeah.
This was so long.
Yeah, down the tunnel. Yeah.
I don't understand how they can make a ride about being in the Millennium Falcon suck, which apparently they did. How'd you do that?
You put
And they
the
made it out
three
like the-
bozos from the new trilogy up on it. That's what you do.
And they made it. Have you ever been to Disney World?
Yeah.
So they made it in like the back. Was it the Back to the Future? Right? No, it was like the same thing as the Simpsons and the Back to the Future,
Mhm.
which is so you feel like you're in the cockpit.
Yeah. I tell you, the way they even changed the Star Tours was weak as well too. Like, I mean, it used to be old trilogy stuff, and then they changed it to new sequel trilogy, and it was
Really, that's so
trash,
silly.
man. Yeah.
I mean, maybe just like wait and see how. If you're going to radically change it, which was the plan. If you're feminizing, which is I think is a radical change, why not wait and see if it pans out?
I think they're going to go back on it. I think Favreau's going to course correct big time.
Well, but can he? I mean, it's got.
Yeah, or her deal runs out very soon.
Yeah, but she can survive anything. This woman.
I don't know.
She's got more Teflon coating than Donald.
I actually think they want that out. That's the thing. I think.
Yeah.
Well, if they do, it's not bloody hard, is it? I mean,
For a minute, if you buy a franchise for billions, right, and you make 3 movies and they don't make back the money that you paid for the product, you need to get rid of the person that's responsible. And
yeah,
She's the most inept.
contract to run out because she does have all this power. But as soon as our contract is gone, they could try renegotiate with her, but she won't have as much power. They'll let the people that are doing Star Wars right take control. The force isn't the future isn't female, or the force isn't female, whatever that crap that tagline she came up with. Right? She can go and take our feminist ideology and she can ram it where the sun don't shine.
Well, I've heard a very serious rumor about something that's going to happen quite soon.
I thought we weren't talking about Disney and Star Wars in the same breath.
No, it's something to do with Hamill. Hamill has apparently Do you want to know? Do you want to know what it is?
Yeah.
Go on.
Go on.
Okay.
Go on.
Well, the rumor is that Hamill has signed off on his likenesses to the production to do something with it, and allegedly on the set of Mandalorian season 2, there is somebody that is going to be a stand-in for Luke.
Well, that makes sense.
Wow.
That's the rumor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now,
So the
We'll have
view-
to
the
see how
viewers-
it's done.
that
Have
I
to see how
can
it's
get
done.
on board with.
Well, see,
Again, Favreau again, I said it at the start. He understands the fans. He's listened. Listen, he did season 1. I guarantee he listened to fans before he did season 2. Right?
did.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? And that's all we want. That's all we want. We just want someone that, if we don't think that something's quite right, you're willing to listen to us. And then,
You know what? It's not even that, Noel. We want somebody who doesn't hate us.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good start.
No, you're right.
We don't have to listen. Just don't hate me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so bizarre.
No, you're right. You're actually right, Rabbi. It is. The fans need to feel the love, you know, and they haven't been. So you're right, spot on.
Well, see, Filoni has inadvertently, I don't know whether anybody knows, see, it's going to be very difficult to explain this to people that haven't watched the TV series or the cartoons or anything like that, like the likes of my father, when you're going to introduce a character like Ahsoka Tano and, you know, the whole idea of the veil of the Force, which is what the rumor is that they're going to do and use.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That
So
sounds good.
it seems to me like Filoni inserted that as a get out of jail card, and if they decide to play 4D chess and get out of jail from that last trilogy, I think that's the way they do it.
Oh, he's got a little piece of Vader's head there.
Mm.
I used to love this little cube thing he lived at, like decades
Yeah.
ago. I really often. It's a cool office to have. That's basically his office, right?
Maybe it's his little Zen palace, you know.
I just assumed he's watching porn in there.
It's got like a little,
Yeah.
it's got like a little heat sauna in there, and
Yeah.
Have you? There's actually one thing that they've done in the recent Vader comics as well too, which has been really interesting. And they have this kind of obsessed fangirl. I think Chuck Dixon was originally involved in it, but they radically altered the character into being a female rather than a male, and she's fascinated with Darth Vader. But she interrupts him.
That first one, their first series they did was fantastic.
She interrupts him in that pod, and Vader
Oh, really?
thinks nothing of it and just kills her.
Oh, really?
It's just
Oh,
like-
yes, I hear about that. Yes,
Yeah, it's excellent.
that's about a year or so ago, right?
Yeah, Dixon went off the rails about it
I
as well
bet,
too. He
I
was
bet.
really upset, and I was like, "That is brilliant! It's pure Vader." You know, he's just like, "Bang!" You know, good luck.
Who wrote that first
shut
one?
them up.
Charles Soule?
Sorry?
I'm just saying, who wrote that first run of Vader comics? I think it's Charles Soule, was it? No,
Uh,
it was an Irish guy, Kieran Gillen, wasn't it?
hang on, I'll check it out there.
Because that was a good freaking series.
That's what should be adapted into being a TV series, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Why
according
you-
to Catherine Kennedy, there is no extended universe.
Like, why are you dicking around with, you know, you still have James Earl Jones alive at the moment. Why are you messing about with putting stuff into a comic? I mean, it's like the Knights of Ren stuff. I'm going to do a video on this. I think there's a great idea that they had, even in the sequel trilogy, what they could have done. And I think it was focusing on Luke Skywalker and Ben Solo. They had it all there, and then they decided to divulge it all in comics. So who's reading them? You know what I mean?
Exactly, especially after The Last Jedi, when
Oh, here we go. It's Yoda time.
Yeah.
Yay. Can't wait. Can't wait because I love baby Yoda.
Kieran Gillen, yeah, you were right there, Rabbi. Kieran Gillen there.
He's a fair writer, that guy.
Yeah,
Not to be confused with Karen Gillan.
Kieran Gillen, yeah.
That'd be a bit
Odd. Yay!
Frank Oz, what a genius.
I know. Because I grew up watching the Muppets, and when I saw Yoda, I was like, "Oh, it's fuzzy, really fuzzy."
I loved it.
What incredible puppetry, right? Just
Yeah.
be like, what character they put in this thing?
Yeah, I didn't like the CGI version they put in.
Well, the Count Dooku fight.
No, for this because they did a special version with the CGI one, didn't they?
I like the what was it, the prequel trilogies where Yoda got the fight. I did like those scenes. I have to be honest with you. I loved those saber fights. They were so good. I'm sorry, but it's a guilty little pleasure that is. I love those fights.
Yeah, the Dooku fight was impressive.
The Sidious one is even more impressive though. We're in the Senate. I think that one's excellent.
That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking of that. When he's like throwing the Senate pods at him.
That's amazing. But I mean, like, to think that Lucas set that whole thing up, like, within the 3 movies, you know, to use it's just forethinking. That's just really good.
I love this bit. Love it.
He's having none of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is great watching it again because you know what Yoda's thinking.
Yeah.
But it's the shift in Yoda's personality. Like, he's an absolute clown here at the moment, and then when he does turn and he shows who he is, like, it shows how spry he is. But also as well too that, you know, the message is don't judge a book, and somebody, even though they might look inferior, can be this incredible master, you know, and something that got totally lost in the Disney era. This whole idea, they put Maz Kanata and they were like, look at this weird looking character, but she's infinitely so intelligent as soon as you meet her, and they're like, well, you know, why is she important now?
Well, here's the thing: I really saw this on Discovery, that nothing is earned, nothing is ever earned.
It's just given automatically.
Right. I mean, the
last
episode they had like a recap of where Burnham's been for the past year. And so explaining why she's so friendly with this other guy. It's just so fake. None of it's real. It doesn't feel authentic.
Oh, it's so earnest as well. It's full of guff. I mean, it makes you want to vomit your own boots. You know, it's so sickly. And it's smug and, oh, God, everyone's backslapping each other as well. Everyone's just looking at Michael Burnham going, oh, she's amazing. Everyone's crying. Oh, the tears of joy.
Like Star Trek, lots of crying and hugging. Like, what is up with that? Who thinks that's a good idea?
I mean, how does that pass muster to join the, you know, a paramilitary organization? Really, it's just insane. Yeah, Star Trek is like Star Trek Discovery is like common purpose in space.
Oh, it's awful. It's just awful.
It's a lot of programs though now, and even movies that just have no character arc, and the characters just instantly winning. I mean, how can you get behind someone like that? You know?
No, you know what I mean. But that should be the end game. That's the payoff. But it's like, there's the character. It's brilliant, stunning, and brave.
Well, it's like Rabbi's video says, you know, the hero has to be destroyed because it hurts their fifis, you know, because they feel inferior.
They don't want to do the work it takes to be a hero.
Yeah, so they can't allow anyone else to be a hero.
And look at this this demonstration of normal heterosexual attraction. Like,
that's toxic.
When's the last time you saw that in a movie?
Well, are those two still doing the nasty with each other during this movie?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Well, I did like the third guy like going down in the hologram, like as the Star Destroyer gets destroyed.
But it just shows what a lack of a shit that Vader gives. He just continues on. You know, he's like, "Oh, it's gone. That's grand," and just keeps talking.
You love the way he walks in that cape.
The actor that plays Vader in the suit, obviously we know who does the voice, but the actor that played him plays
Dave
him
Prowse.
great, man. Oh my god.
Green Cross Code Man.
He's just so good, isn't he? The movements, that's all his job was, basically.
Okay, this is a change I'm happy with.
Yeah.
But the
Although
original
I quite
one was
like
like
the creepy looking emperor.
Wasn't the original one supposed to be like a monkey and some sort of makeup or something like that? Wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember he looked kind of like this, but with weird eyes. That's how I remember.
Look like mouths for eyes or something.
Yeah.
Like he'd been stung by bees or something.
Yeah, I'll try and find a picture of him.
Now, is that the actor that they used in the prequel trilogy?
Yeah.
Same man, it's the same man, Ian McDiarmid, yeah.
Right.
Good old Irish name.
Yeah.
But he was also in the original trilogy. He's actually the Emperor in the original.
Yeah.
He must have been a very young man when he did that.
Just under a lot.
Look the way he said that if he returned, so setting up the name of the next movie, The Return of the Jedi.
Originally supposed to be Revenge of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's still some posters you can get, some rare ones.
They're supposed to be worth a mint.
Right.
You had one of them in your basement and you didn't know.
God, don't. Oh.
A lot of people are talking about the Star Wars merchandise that they've either had or lost over the years. I have to be honest with you guys, I do really feel for you because
That's awful. I had so many.
Listen, I know it has an emotional attachment, but as well, could you imagine?
Financial losses.
Right,
Crazy.
let's see. Rabbi shared a picture.
This is the original Emperor.
Yeah. I like that one though.
Yeah.
But I just like it all fitting, like I kind of like Hayden Christensen appearing at the end of Jedi as well.
All right. Well. Yeah. Right, here's where Yoda starts
Yodering. Yeah, Sebastian Stan does look a lot like him in this movie.
Sebastian Stan, he's my choice for the next Black Panther. That's who I'd pick.
Yeah, why not? Makes sense.
Maybe
Scarlett Johansson.
No, she get Jodie Whittaker to do it.
You know what?
It might be stunning and brave.
I think she should play Captain Kirk. I think that'd be great.
And I also used to have a Yoda doll as well that was like about the same size as my R2-D2. God.
The thing about it is, though, in these movies and the highlights as well, where Disney were flawed as well. I mean, look at Luke's progression and becoming that Jedi, the training that he had to do and stuff. And then you see a character like Rey, and she knows everything already. Like, it's...
But you look at this in the parallels that are here. Okay, so Luke doesn't even face Vader in the first movie. He overcomes and beats Obi-Wan Kenobi quite easily, from what you see. Luke faces him in this movie, loses very badly. Vader at no point in time is worried whatsoever, and then only in the third movie can he stand up to him. I mean, it makes Vader immediately a very credible villain, whereas Kylo Ren takes a whooping in the first movie. Like, how is he credible then after that? Because you're going, well,
there's no threat at all, is he? He's just a sulky teenager,
Yeah.
But like, this is a guy that's been trained and he's beaten by a stormtrooper, and then, he's challenged by a stormtrooper, and then he's essentially beaten by an untrained girl. Like, I mean, what is that about? You know what I mean? You've totally devalued that villain, and you've made him not a credible threat anymore, whatsoever.
Well, listen,
You've made a boring and protagonist.
Honestly, when they did all that in Force Awakens, I was like, well, this is really interesting. I'm interested to see where they're going to go with this. And then, oh boy, it's like they didn't deal with it at all, did they? Oh, a bit of TIE bombers.
But like I said, there are ideas within that Force Awakens that I think would have made a good. I actually think that with Force Awakens, when you're looking at it, it might have made good movies, a trilogy itself. Like Ben and Luke, 3 movies. 3 movies then with Finn defecting from the Stormtroopers and taking up arms against Kylo Ren, then who's become the Supreme Chancellor essentially. And then you do another trilogy then with the emergence of Rey and Finn guiding her. That's 9 easy movies you could have gotten out of it, but they shoved it all into one and then it became messy. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, this is also cool.
Yeah.
I'd say that's the first time and not the only time Harrison Ford said that.
Shoo.
Oh, God.
South Park did a funny take on this when it was like from a light's point of view, they're on Summer's head. Oh, wow, I'm just reading that Clive Barker's going to do an Hellraiser HBO series.
Never liked Hellraiser anyway, so no interest. Now, if they did another Nightmare on Elm Street, but the way our man's been talking lately, he thinks that yeah, he said some nonsense. Oh, big space creature.
I love that. I just loved it.
Space whale. Space whale.
Worm.
Like a whale. It looks like a whale to me.
Whale worm. Space whale worm.
Or blue whale. Or sperm whale.
So toxic.
I love all this trading stuff. Isn't it great?
And then in The Last Jedi, he turns up and he's like, yeah, the books don't matter. Bang. None of it matters.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, oh no.
Oh no, it's just like, I mean, that's what they do though, isn't it? They take these things and then they turn it on its head, fuck it till it's dead, and then burn the corpse.
I'm surprised at the number of people that agreed to do these things. I mean, I am baffled how Mark Hamill and Frank Oz came back to do these things. I really am.
But then,
Money,
they
of
signed the
course.
contract and then read the script, maybe. That's
Exactly.
Well, that's must have had to have been something that happened because we've seen Mark Hamill kind of crib about the whole thing as he was filming and
Yeah, he was,
sort of promoting.
he was like, I disagree with you entirely. And we all thought, oh, but now he saw why. I'm like, okay, I guess you're right.
Well, what was interesting about that whole situation was he started to walk those comments back as well too, and was like, "Oh, he said that stuff at the beginning, and I actually think Green's a genius." And it's like, well, you know, you didn't say that. And now we have the likes of Boyega, who I think is a clown anyway, but he's coming out and saying things. Then you have Oscar Isaac and Daisy Ridley that are like, well, we weren't really happy with how things panned out either. And it's like, well, you know, I know you have non-disclosure agreements.
So shut the fuck up. We fans were telling you for ages that you were getting it wrong and you wouldn't listen. You started.
Yeah, the horse is bolted. The space horse is long bolted.
Don't listen to Daisy Ridley and that John Boy. He is a clown.
He is a clown.
Now. Clown. Can't even watch me Formula One anymore either because anytime I do, Lewis Hamilton's on some bleeding rant.
Yeah, he's another idiot.
Yeah, my mother can't stand him.
Right, you're supposed to be driving. You're a sportsman. If you want to talk about those things, go on a program and do it. But when we put on Formula One, I want to watch Formula One. Right, that's it. End of.
It's like I'm not watching the football at them.
Still taking a knee and match of the day.
And these people are so fucking privileged as well. I mean, like uber privileged.
Every football match that you show, they show the footballers taking the knee. You don't have to show every single game. We get it. Just show one match where they take the knee and leave it at that, and then show the bloody football.
Do you know what's interesting though, Noel? And I think this is something I might bring up maybe in a video, but they've actually started to charge people money to watch the games. That suggests to me maybe the viewership is down.
No, well, yeah, it is, but what it's also for as well, because I've looked into this. So basically what it is that, as you know yourself, not every Premier League game is actually on TV unless you go and, you know yourself, right?
Isn't it amazing they have earth lizards in
what they've basically done is, for those fans that can't go into the stadiums, they've set up a pay-per-view for their team. So their team that would normally be on Sky Sports, they're going to put it on. So the next pay-per-view game is tomorrow, and I think it's Southampton and I don't think they're playing Aston Villa or something, and that's pay-per-view. They wouldn't normally get a show on a Sunday because you know yourself, Super Sunday is usually reserved for the big boys, the big teams like United and Arsenal is on Sunday, and Everton is on at 1. We're on at 4. So that's what it's for. But you are right though as well. There is something it got to do with the fact that they have lost viewership as well. But it is for the fans. Now, if you ask me, I think it's quite cheeky. Right?
Yeah.
All Sky would have to do is what they used to do in the old days is whatever match you want to watch, press the red button, right? I don't know why they're charging 20 quid or 25 quid for a game of football now.
To me, I think it's the viewership, but I think the viewership is down. And I think that's the way they're going to make up. I mean, it's like Netflix at the moment. You're seeing that they're charging a premium now for prices on things because of the viewership being highly down for them. So I think you're seeing that now with the football. I mean, you're seeing it over in the NFL across in America. And
they're really hurting. They are really hurting.
Vader's head on the ground with a young face in it.
Yeah, that's Luke Skywalker's face in it.
Did they do that before? Because that's the first time I've seen that.
Baba!
The message of it, yeah.
Oh.
I had him, I had that, and I had that. Just look at all the toys I had.
No disintegration.
No, they put the Australian voice on.
Tamara Morrison, yeah. I really like him. The original actor for Jango Fett as well, too. Really cool.
Right. Remember, no spoilers for Mandalorian.
No spoilers on Mandalorian.
Even though it's freaking brilliant.
It's not fair.
Hey, the script for this is fantastic.
They were 10 of the odds.
Like, why would you program a robot to be so annoying like C-3PO? But I'm kind of glad they did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Tight collar time.
Oh, that's a good idea. Get a shot ready and run. Yeah, to get a shot ready, go anywhere else. That's what you should do. Yeah, I have to tell you, the few scenes we got of Luke training Rey in Last Jedi were just so bad.
Yeah.
Like, imagine Luke showing up here now and dealing an absolute whooping to Yoda. You wouldn't.
Right. In fact, listen, if they ever want to move forward in Star Wars,
it'd be like, sure, what's he going to learn from him?
yeah, but if they ever want to move forward in Star Wars, I would say do a new trilogy set beyond the first the sequel trilogy, and have Luke Skywalker in it as like the only surviving character from the first.
Yeah,
it's just such a criminal waste of Carrie Fisher. It's just that is the real stinger, I think, more than anything.
I think though, if they're going to do it and they're going to mess with the time travel element, which I think they will with that whole Veil of the Force thing, I think it's very precarious what they decide to do and how they decide to meddle with it personally. Because they've already done it to save one character who I absolutely despise, and I think she breaks canon altogether. Ahsoka Tano.
Which character?
Ahsoka Tano.
They're using the Veil of Force to bring her. I thought, what happened with her? She just walked off at the end of Clone Wars. That's last.
Oh, did you not see Star Wars Rebels?
No, I never watched it.
Are you going to watch it?
No.
Okay, right. So, I'm okay to say what I'm going to say then? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, spoil away.
Okay, so in Star Wars Rebels, Ahsoka Tano returns. This is before the last Clone Wars that had come out. So, for anybody that doesn't know, she was an apprentice for Anakin Skywalker that Dave Filoni and George Lucas cooked up between episode 2 and 3 when they decided to do CGI. The end result was, after Lucas left, I think in one of the mid-seasons, I think he signed over to Disney. He told Filoni the character of Ahsoka Tano has to either go away or die, preferably die, because there can be no allusion to her then later on down the road. Well, in Star Wars Rebels, Filoni decided to bring her back, and she was involved with the Rebels. So it brings up a lot of canon issues then. Why did she not seek out Luke? Why did she not help out? Why was she totally despondent to the whole thing? But anyway, they bring Darth Maul back and they have a fight then with Vader in the temple. And essentially then the temple crumbles and Vader escapes, and Ahsoka is presumed dead because she faces her own master and realizes who it is. And because of his evil nature, he goes all in to kill her. Great. Well, they fast forward on from that, and they decided to enter into this time travel realm. The Emperor was trying to get into it as well too, which is why you're hearing rumors of the room that Rey stood into. You remember in The Rise of Skywalker that was his room that he could get into the Veil of the Force from another portal.
Like, by the time that happened, The Rise of Skywalker, who cared?
Yeah, it's a two-way door, but in Rebels, Filoni used it to save Ahsoka Tano. Out of everything that could have happened, Ezra walks through, and
this seems to be a common trope now between failing franchises, but they've realized they've ruined it. So all they use as a get out clause gimmick is time travel.
Yeah. Like in that thing, because it's odd the way it's done. Like, it has this interlooping sections as well too, kind of like what the Tony Stark time travel thing had in Endgame. But when you look at that, then like you see Ezra walking past important moments, like the Anakin telling Obi-Wan he hates him, and then you hear him talking from Vader talking to Kenobi as well too. But the only thing that Ezra decides to do is rescue Ahsoka. Out of everything he could have affected, he's like, nah, I'll rescue Ahsoka. And that's the problem with Filoni for me. Filoni brought that character back then.
Filoni full of baloney.
He's a phony. He is a phony, believe you me.
Yeah.
Believe you me, he is. I have his card marked, and I think, like I said, once Favreau keeps him on the leash,
Pay them whatever. Just pay them whatever you need to pay them, just to keep them out of the way. Just give them the credit they want. Give them the money they want. Just keep them away from the fucking franchise.
Well, I think this is one of the greatest lines coming up Yoda has now. There you go. That is why you fail. I don't believe it. It's so true.
See, no one could ever tell Ray that she failed.
Exactly.
No, because she's super Ray.
Super Ray.
Stunning and brave.
Apology accepted.
Did we just lose someone on the panel?
I don't know. 1 second. I was
We
looking
did, Ninja Knight.
Oh, where'd he go? It was in the middle of talking. I thought we just took a breath.
Well, come back and I'll add you back. He's probably just lost connection or something.
Yeah,
Why can't Darth Vader use the Force and feel that Princess Leia, his daughter, is still nearby? That's one.
Well, I think he had to know he was a daughter, really. He didn't know.
No, he'd feel in the Force, surely.
No, but I think you have to know it's your kid, don't you?
Do 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 do.
I want that as my ringtone.
Yeah.
No, you singing it specifically. That'd be the greatest ringtone. You should offer that. Tardar's own ringtone. Do. Yeah, you should totally do that.
In a Dublin accent.
Exactly.
Coming soon, Superman. Oh, here he is. Here he is. It says device not connected, so I have to wait. He's probably camera now. There we go. He's back.
Did I drop out there? Did I?
Yeah, guess
Yeah,
he's back again.
I just thought you were taking a breath.
No. What did I say last time? I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
What are you talking about? What were we up to?
He got as far as talking about your woman right at the end.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
You got way past that. You got past that. You got Veil of Force. You did that. You did the room.
Okay.
What else was it?
With the Emperor.
Emperor, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did that.
And how she then appears in Rebels.
No.
Right, we did that.
Okay. So I got as far as there. So anyway, what I was saying was I think that they are going to reuse Ahsoka, and they're going to try involve the Veil of the Force very soon, and I think that's what they're going to do.
Oh, well, they're going to do that with... Well, what's the name is playing her, isn't it? Rosanna Dawson.
Yeah.
Which actually I was kind of excited about until I heard about what you just told me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well,
Well,
like...
She come out with some crap as well, though. Like most of them that take a role. She said something anyway. So, like, she's already, like, put her foot in it, I think. Like they all do. They just can't take these roles, keep their mouth closed and say, yeah, don't worry.
Exactly.
You have to come out with strong female. No woman. No, I'm going to tell us what to do.
I don't think you're going to get that under Favreau. I don't think you will. I think
I really think that that thing that Ricky Gervais said at the Golden Globes should be played to every celebrity when they wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Just remember.
Should be their alarm clock. Yeah. They need to take a lesson from Ricky.
All right.
Yeah, I never really liked Ricky, and then I heard what he's been doing recently, and I'm like, okay, I'm on board with Ricky.
Ricky Gervais.
Oh, you should watch his comedy specials on Netflix. They're pretty good.
I'm gonna have to.
He's a ledge. He's a ledge.
But yeah, going back on the Ahsoka Tano character, it's a character that really breaks the canon of Star Wars. I mean, why does she not seek out Luke during this whole thing? Why?
Right. I mean, listen, there's ways of explaining it, but you got to address it. These are important questions.
Like, how are they going to address a character like Ahsoka Tano to the likes of my father who doesn't watch any of these cartoons? Like, how are you going to have this character pop up?
Yeah. And that last season of Clone Wars they put out, which, you know...
man.
I love the last 4 episodes. I thought they were good.
I had my problems with that season. Go on, Rabbi, sorry.
Well, again, I like the last 4 episodes, the ones that were clearly done by George Lucas and seemed a lot more... I hated the one where Ahsoka leaves and she joins the Hispanic
SJW sisters.
Yeah, I mean, like there was really, it was basically Ahsoka's lesbian awakening.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, why?
Need you ask these days, Rabbi?
And yeah, if I tell you, if I went back in time and said there's going to be something that you're going to describe as Ahsoka's lesbian awakening, I'll be like, that sounds good. And then I'm going to say you're not going to like it. I'm like, really? Wow, that sounds incredible.
What's interesting about those two characters, the Martez sisters, that was originally an Asian character called Nyx, I think it was called, and they changed that because that was supposed to explore the whole idea of her having left the Jedi and sort of engaging and stuff like that as well too, which gives her a better understanding of why Anakin did what he did. But they totally screwed the pooch on that one.
About carpet munching, basically.
Yeah. But I didn't think season 7 of the Clone Wars was good at all. I think the super powered clones was very strange. I also think that
Bad Batch ones.
Yeah, I like the characters, but like if they have superpowers, then why were the Separatists a problem at all? You know?
Did they have superpowers? They were just like good.
Yeah. They had a guy that was able to track stuff through EMPs in his mind. Then you have a guy that was super strong, could lift a Republic gunship off of Cody, remember?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like they had superpowers.
I thought they would, like, if they just make those people, just make more of them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, why were the Republic bothered about the Separatists when you could have sent them guys in? But anyway, I didn't like the stuff with Ahsoka. I didn't particularly like when she faced off against Maul, because Maul, again, remember, is a guy that has killed a Jedi Knight in Qui-Gon Jinn. In the previous lore, he had killed a Jedi Master and was able to stand and go toe-to-toe with Darth Sidious in a lightsaber duel that Sidious ended by killing his brother Savage Opress. So, if that character is supposed to stand up against those, how does he then fight against an individual like Ahsoka Tano, who's left the Jedi Order and has pretty much been like out of the game for a long time? It would be like a boxer that has been a prolific boxer coming back to fight Mike Tyson in his prime. Like, it's not a chance.
There are ways you could do it. Like she could have continued her training privately and just not been a Jedi. Like,
yeah, but see, then she gets the sabers handed back to her then, you know, when she goes to Mandalore. So to me, like, she hasn't done any saber work. You know, that's what you're saying to the audience. Do you know what I mean?
Right, you are right. Although, again,
watch your ass, C-3POs. Watch your ass. Slander Carizian.
But yeah, I just really like that last scene with you got the real pathos from Vader having found her lightsabers, and you get to feel like a real loss for him.
Yeah,
that was great.
I wasn't a fan of it, and the likes of the Order 66, like even Rex hesitating. I mean, Commander Cody was fiercely loyal to Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he didn't hesitate 1 second. So that to me was even a weird movement, you know. Yeah. I didn't like an awful lot of what went on there, and I think it was obviously because the character appears in Rebels, he was saving her a bit, but I didn't like it whatsoever. I just think that he puts her in cotton wool, and not a fan.
Right. No, I hear it.
I can understand why people like her, of course, you know, because a lot of people do like the character. But for me, it's a character that throws up more problems than it does solve, you know.
Yeah, I do hear that. I do like the Cloud City in the special edition. I like that.
So good.
There's an ambush coming up, isn't there? If I'm correct. Yeah.
But again, I love this character moment from Han Solo as the door opens and they go in. Is it this scene or is it a little bit later? I think.
I don't think I've met anybody that actually likes C3PO. Is there anybody out there that actually likes him?
I think D2 likes him.
Who?
R2D2. Although, do you think C3PO and R2D2 get it on somehow?
No, I
It's a
don't.
love-hate relationship.
I think they stop every now and again.
They're fond of each other.
Yeah.
Use the Force.
Well, I wonder how much you got paid for these 2 scenes that you did.
Mm.
Kind of weird how much Alec Guinness didn't like the role of Obi-Wan, isn't it?
Did he not like it? I thought it was a bit silly.
Yeah, he thought it was silly. He absolutely hated getting fan mail in relation
He loved
to
the
it.
money that kept
Really?
coming in.
Yeah, he's on record like saying that I absolutely hated getting the fan mail from that. I wish people would respect the earlier work that I did. It's more, I think, in his opinion, it meant more.
Well, he was a
Then-
serious actor.
Yeah. The hairpiece in the Force one was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah. So wait. The people who were mad there wasn't a lockdown beforehand, are they mad now there is a lockdown coming?
Don't know.
I mean, it's like, they were always like, I bet they are. I mean, I just think they just don't like the government. They want to say that everything they do is bad.
Just after looking at that there, in the UK, they're going to keep educational institutions, including nurseries, remaining open. I mean, that is ridiculous.
No,
That is ridiculous.
Nurseries open, that's where everything gets freaking transmitted.
I know people that are working in schools here in Ireland, and they said it's absolutely horrific. The government and the unions have just let them down. One union has voted to go on strike over it, but we'll see what happens.
There is another.
No.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm not really on board with all whenever you play a Star Wars video game, there's always these hidden Jedi's that they're talking they talk about, but now they're like, nope, it's the last one left.
Yeah, it is. It's peculiar. Like when you even look at Fallen Order, for example, it's like there's a lot of people running around.
Yeah, I really enjoyed. Did you ever play the one? What's it called again? When you're Darth Vader's secret.
Yeah, Star Killer.
Yeah, what was it?
Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed. That was a good game.
That's a cracking game.
I like that game.
Are the Star Wars games good, lads? Yeah.
Yeah, mostly.
I'd play if I was you now. I'd play Fallen Order. It's really good.
All right.
Yeah, it's done very, very well, and I think the game overall is quite good. There's one part of it that I kind of have a problem with, but ultimately, I think when you look at it on the whole, it's a good game.
Oh, by the way, the Ognor, was it Nick Nolte's Ognor in
Poor Chewie.
Mandalorian season 1 was freaking awesome.
He was. I loved him.
Right.
I want an action figure of him like now.
Right.
I have spoken.
She knows what's what.
Yeah, we'll land out.
But not as sexy as L7 or whatever the fuck it was called.
It's mad to think that this guy is a guy that wanted to dick a robot, isn't it? It's just mad.
Yeah, right.
It's so bizarre, isn't it?
Could you imagine being Billy D. Williams signing up for that last Rise of Skywalker movie and being like, "Yeah, I'm back in the game, guys," and
They
most
must have faked him.
most of the
They
stuff
must
gets cut.
have faked him, right?
They had to pay them, yeah.
Oh yeah, this scene. I love Han Solo's reaction when the door opens.
Yeah.
Because Han Solo is just a freaking hero.
The way it's just dealt with, though, is just like.
Yeah, I love that. Love it.
Yeah. See, Artie wanted to know C-3PO is going to be there or not. Oh.
Ah, poor Chewie. You're all right, buddy.
Bit of C3PO repair.
There's an awful lot of this trilogy that gets used as well too for the Transformers 1996 movie as well too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like even the rebuilding there, C-3PO, there's a character that gets rebuilt as well called Cup. Hot Rod is essentially Luke Skywalker, you know.
That's it. The thing I don't like about Mandalorian is I like the little antenna on Boba Fett's helmet. I really miss that on Mandalorian.
Yeah. Maybe it's retractable on the toy. Yeah, I think I had a 12-inch Boba Fett as well.
Oh, man.
Now I think of it. Crikey, yes, I did. Oh, my God. I was spot rotten.
But see, the thing with Boba Fett as well too is, particularly with his armor, is that he's actually not a Mandalorian, and the armor is made of a thing called Durasteel, whereas Mando's armor is made of Beskar. So as you've seen as well too in Mandalorian season 1, a lot of the Mandalorians didn't feature those antennae as well too on their right heads, or even the left side of their head when you notice as well too. So that's kind of an interesting thing that Favreau and the team put in. You know, you think of the armor, you think of the character that Favreau played, the heavy gunner. They don't really have those antennae, you know. So it's kind of interesting that they decided to omit that.
Mm.
Well, what do you think
To
that
me,
means?
it makes the Fets stand out, though. That's the only thing.
Right. What do you think of what's name? The guy who played him in the Solo movie.
Alden Ehrenreich.
No. The guy played Lando.
Oh, Donald Glover.
Oh yeah.
To me, he's done a good job, but to me, he's another casualty of someone shooting his mouth off. You know.
Can't argue with you there.
I love those transition wipes.
So you're saying Fallen Order's pretty good then?
Fallen Order, yeah. I really liked it. I have to say, I think there's an awful lot about it that I enjoyed. Like the game mechanics are quite good. The character is really interesting. He's a guy that's white and ginger, which an awful lot of people read about at the time. They were very unhappy the fact that he was a red-headed young man.
God,
But
freaking weird.
I mean, redheads are practically extinct in Hollywood. But redheads are practically extinct in Hollywood now. They don't exist, you know.
Yeah, if you're a red-headed girl, you have to be replaced with a black girl. That's kind of the rule now. It's weird, but yes.
Attention, all gingers! Attention, all gingers! You're
they want to race you.
Get your asses to Hollywood.
Oh, one of the greatest scenes of all time in cinema.
But Rabbi, you should certainly play Fallen Order. I think you'd enjoy it.
Okay, I mean, like, I'm not a big gamer. I play very occasionally.
I think you'd enjoy it.
The Spider-Man game.
Yeah,
Which one?
I might make me second YouTube channel, a gaming channel, actually.
Good idea, yeah.
Because I was playing FIFA on it, but I might start playing more because I was playing Call of Duty on it, and they were doing well, actually. So,
I'll have to play it in FIFA. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, well, I haven't got FIFA 21. I can't afford it right now, so I'm still on FIFA 20, unfortunately.
I don't think I even have 20. I haven't bought them, I don't think, since 19. I think the last one I bought was 19.
Yeah, 20 is good now. It is,
Yeah.
but I heard already 21s, they've seemed to have made it more complicated. And so
already, Jay.
You can change players from, say, for example, Marcus Rashford, he plays on the left, but he also
I know.
So now in FIFA, you can convert the player. So if Rashford plays on the left, but you'd rather have him up front, well, then you can do something within the game to change his position.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah. It's actually a good idea, but I just hope it's easy to do. Like,
well, you could do like a Jose Mourinho. You could take the likes of Rashford and make him into a right full, then, couldn't you?
Say no more. Say no more. We better win tomorrow.
Are we doing Jedi tomorrow?
Yeah, of course we are. Yeah. The last one, and then we're done. Back to normal, Rabbi.
Okie dokie.
When's the Mandalorian stream now?
Well, I'll have to try squeeze that in tomorrow at some stage because, but not the review now. I'll do the review on Wednesday. But you can join me for that, and then we can do what's the crack then after that.
Yeah, perfect.
Because Lee is going to be joining us for the Mandalorian as well.
Hello.
Brilliant.
For the season review. So we have to do season 1 review myself and Lee. So if you want to join us for that as well, you can.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
So we'll try to get that done tomorrow before we do Return of the Jedi. Yeah.
Yep, sounds good.
Grand. We'll get it done. I'll probably do it around 6 o'clock or something, and then We don't have to do an hour will be fine. 45 minutes, I suppose, if we're just doing a review of season 1.
Yep.
And then we could do Return of the Jedi, and then on Wednesday, then, as I said. Yeah.
Perfect, yeah.
So we go, yeah. So plenty planned, yeah. And then next month, don't forget, folks, I'm going to be doing Star Trek then. But I'm not going to do it the way I done it with Star Wars. Have it all over the weekend. We'll do a film once a week. I'm going to start off with the original for the first movie. I know some people don't like the first movie, but I actually do. So I'm probably one of the few.
No, I liked it. It's cerebral.
Yeah, it does the job. Like, it got me excited about Star Trek again. So,
Right.
for me, it did the job, you know. So, and the second film, I mean, come on, one of the greatest movies of all time. And I love The Voyage Home as well. The Search for Spock is good. Then The Voyage Home. Then after that, kind of gets a bit ropey, but still, they're good. They're all right movies. Undiscovered Country was all right, yeah. The one with Skybox, the one with Skybox though was a bit out there.
I loved his outfit in this.
Mm.
It's a trap.
I love the way she stuck her head out the second time.
Like, we're all silent. I mean, again, I can't believe how captivating this is. I mean, what's this?
I
40-year-old.
love this scene.
Gremlins. We'll do Gremlins as well, Charlotte. I love
Over Christmas. Do that over Christmas. We should do Christmas movies.
Yeah, we should actually do that over there. That's a good idea, Rabbi. We should do movies leading up to Christmas. Those sort of movies that do be shown around
We
Christmas.
should do a Twitter poll on what movies to do for Christmas, and yeah.
Pacific Rim.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not watching it. Sure, I won't be.
You're fired.
I'm just letting you know.
I'll tell you what, I'll have Rabbi on my channel talking about Pacific Rim. That's how it's gonna go.
Yeah, keep it separate.
I really enjoyed that movie.
I'd rather you than me. So no.
Why do you not like Pacific Rim? What is it about it?
What is it about it? It's just dumb. Right.
It's taking an old classic Japanese cultural trope and then trying to transpose it to Hollywood.
Yeah.
No. What it is, was it Del Toro used to sit in his bath when I was a kid, playing with his robot and his dinosaur, right? A monster. Like, and I did that too, and I totally got it. I was like, yeah.
Give me Godzilla any day.
Yeah, Godzilla, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Godzilla, giant robots. Like, who could ask for any more?
I love it, I have to say. And I love Charlie Hunnam. I think he's excellent.
Yeah, I thought it was great in it. And I loved all the tropes they had in it, coming out of retirement, all that stuff. I love the Japanese robot, the Russian, and they all had those national personalities.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's really cool. I'd love to see an Irish Jaeger or something like that as well.
Drinking.
But you know though that Del Toro would have done something like Lucky Charms or something. He would have called it, you know what I mean, or the Lucky Charm.
Right.
Something like.
Have you ever read any of the Garth Ennis Judge Dredd stuff, like set in Ireland?
Yeah, some of that's excellent to this.
I was wondering what your thoughts were on it.
Yeah, I like, to be honest with you, I think Garth Dennis is a really strong writer, and I think like with Dread as well too, setting in Ireland. Anything that's set in Ireland I always find fascinating because it's an outsider's look at the country.
Right.
You know, unless they actually shoot here. So yeah, I like that, I'd have to say personally.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Look what happened to me.
And we have to do ET as well.
All right.
ET is a classic.
Yeah, so everybody can cry at the end when ET lights his finger up and goes, "I'll be right here."
And this really shouldn't be any problem for Darth Vader now, should it?
Now look at him; he's just one-handed and all. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. He was like the top Jedi when they were still Jedis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, did you see the cover for the War Doctor set?
No.
Put it out. Look, it looked okay. Let me see if I can find it for you. Hey, it's just crushing because like this whole fight with the whole thing with Rey picking up the lightsaber in Force Awakens and they flashed to this stuff where it was lost. I freaking loved all that. I just thought it was going somewhere.
Yeah, more for us.
Yep.
Again, crazy to know that Johnson was actually writing Last Jedi before Force Awakens release. I mean, it goes to show the ineptitude at Lucasfilm.
I know. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
I mean,
like the second movie before the first one's even being conceived. It's
Fucking unbelievable.
ridiculous. Oh, I never heard of it before. I heard of filmmakers writing, say, 2 movies at the same time, release one and then release it, but no, that is absolutely ridiculous. Well, he was always going to lose this fight anyway.
I mean, really, it wasn't even close, was it?
Well, he did well at the start, but I mean, look, how did he think he was going to beat Vader? Come on.
Well, I mean, like Vader was just kind of toying with him as well.
I mean, Yoda did say to him, "Don't leave, like, yeah, you know, you'll fail." He told him he'd fail, but arrogance, I suppose, and his youth.
Yeah.
But you could understand why he went, because he wanted to save his friends. So it was a selfless act. But a futile one.
When you see later on how Orlando Calrissian gets into Han Solo's claws, it's unbelievable.
Attention, everybody run.
All those were modern extras, weren't they?
Is it just me, or was like I wanted 3PO to die in the sequel?
Yeah,
trilogy?
thinking about
He's
you.
the only character. It was the only character I wished. Like, I hope he gets it. I hope he has the bullet.
Again, this score, I love this tune. I love it.
It's serious, it's beautiful.
It's perfect. I think it's one of my favorite pieces of Star Wars music.
Yeah, there's a lot good to choose from. Yeah, it does seem like that Harrison Hall is going to be replaced by Billy D. Williams at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. Lee, put your tobacco down.
What?
Put your tobacco down.
Shut your face.
From now on, you have to do pre-rollies before you come on. Right, let's see this poster. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's not a bad looking poster, but, like, you know, what's this? The war? Is this the Time War thing?
Yeah, that's a War Doctor.
I know how he was responsible for the Time War.
Now
Sorry.
Vader's not messing about. He's using 2 hands.
Not bad, but they'll probably wokeify it, so.
I don't know. Listen, it's you got to see where they're going. I think they're getting a lot of pushback right now. They've had a rough year with wokeness.
Oh, Vader's going for it here, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
2 hands in it.
Yeah, but no, okay. The most ferocious lightsaber attack in all of the original trilogy was Luke Skywalker when they said they're going to turn Leia instead. He hacks off Vader's hand. The wonderful music playing. We'll find out tomorrow.
See, that's the thing, though. There's a theory that the dark side, or that the Republic the Empire is actually trying to stop all the fighting.
Okay, big line.
Oh, the big line, yeah, that everybody gets confused about.
Right.
It's like everyone in the cinema just jaws dropping. It's not true.
Impossible.
Impossible.
No, the worst acting of all time. No.
Well, I think you'd be a bit gutted yourself, wouldn't you? Although, hang on, coolest dad ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem so bad.
No, it doesn't. Dark Lord, come on.
I'm reading a fantastic comic book right now called Criminal by Ed Brubaker. This really big trade paperback called Cruel Summer. Freaking awesome. It's about like these low-life criminals, but they have kids. And it's like, so he gets these multi-generational thing. It's a really good comic. Oh, they're good. Oh, the lightsaber's gone a long time ago.
Well, he lost that when he lost his hand, didn't he?
Yeah, basically. It's like that line from Red Wolf, you know, when they body swapped, and Rimmer crashes the Starbug, and he's looks like he's lost his arm. Said, "You lost my arm." Said, "Yeah, I lost your watch too."
That's like got to be one of your worst fears, isn't it? Like this.
No, I'm still more scared about being raped in jail. 100% my worst fear.
Chills.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're all just totally sucked in by this movie.
Well, we're near the home stretch, aren't we? So
I'm trying to keep my eyes open as well.
What time is it where you are at, Rabbi?
20 to 12.
Oh, it's late enough, yeah.
Is this new? I don't remember this scene.
no.
Yeah, I think that might be a new one.
Yeah, because I don't remember the that design shuttlecraft in this movie.
Wow.
Wonder why they put that in.
Well, they're always tinkering with them. So
Yeah, you might want some safety railings, you know.
Yeah, this was on there. I remember this.
oh, just kill him. Throw him out the airlock, will you? It's Vader. He's my papa.
It is your destiny.
Ah, shut up, you selfish. Uh-oh.
He ain't happy.
Uh-oh.
Gulp.
Well, you can't blame your commander this time. It wasn't his fault.
Could you imagine you on the space bridge? Here, Vader, don't be acting the bollocks now.
I know, yeah. Just some little Irish man just stick his head out. Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
Listen, mate, you could have Jodie Whittaker as one of your leading characters. It could be worse.
Yeah, that would be real incompetence.
Look at him wearing Han's clothes. Look at him.
Yeah. Well, that's what's on board.
He doesn't need to say words. New hand. Yeah, there you go. You got a brand new hand. Don't mess with this one.
Well, it did. It lasted pretty well for the rest of his life, as we saw it. I mean, if you consider the sequels canon, yeah, it's totally in Harrison Ford's costume now.
Yeah, it's full on.
He's like, yeah, I get the ship and also the waistcoat. I like they signed up C-3PO a bit, give him a bit of a buffing.
Here we go. That's it, isn't it? What a way to end it up.
Beautiful.
Cliffhanger.
Right, as I know, it's for Rabbi, I'm just going to let Rabbi give his rating. So,
Yeah, I'm going to bed. I mean, it's got to be a 10. It's got to be a 10, hasn't it? Pretty much a perfect movie. Yeah, it's got to be a 10.
It's a 10 for Rabbi. Rabbi, are you doing your competition before you go, or do you want to leave that till tomorrow?
We normally do it on Sundays, but we will definitely do it tomorrow. Okay, I mean, pushing off. Fine, I'm going to go, everyone. So have a good evening, everyone.
Night, Rabbi.
All right, Rabbi. Thanks for coming on.
So we're going to finish up anyway. We're going to get everybody's rating, everybody's short little few words on the show that we just watched. And we'll leave it at that because I'm going to have to spend a bit of time with the wife and the dog. The dog is bleeding terrified. He's been barking all night because the fireworks have been non-stop. So he's terrified. So I have to go out and spend a bit of time with him because Cheryl is struggling out there with him because she doesn't know what to do, She's tried the music. It's not working. So when I'm out there, he seems to be a lot calmer. So, right. Lee, we'll start with you, and I'll throw everybody's ratings up in the chat as well while Lee gives his rating and his little short review of this movie. Then if it's Ninja Night, and then we finish off Alpha Omega, I give it a 10. I do actually prefer this one over the first movie, to be honest with you. So, look, everybody's gonna say what I'm gonna say, so I'll let them say it for me. So we'll start off with Lee. Go ahead.
Yeah, I gave it 9.8, I think, for the Star Wars movie. I don't call it A New Hope, I call it Star Wars because that's what it fucking is. This one, I mean, the first one was a perfect story from start to end because it had a beginning, middle, and an end. This is a continuation, a sequel, but yeah, I mean, it had everything in it. The music was amazing. The advancement of the story was wonderful. Everything about it is perfect. So, I'm going to give it a 9.9.
Thank you, Lee. Ninja Knight.
Yeah, it's very difficult when you see such an important movie like Star Wars, and it's when you see an original movie and then you have a sequel. The sequel always, finds it a lot more difficult to top the first one and be a lot better in every different way and manage that successfully. And I think that the Empire Strikes Back certainly does that, and it does even more. For me, it expands the universe far more. It makes it feel bigger. It introduces prominent characters. You get more of an idea of what Darth Vader is like, who he is. The introduction, of course, of Boba Fett is very important, and it ties back then to the prequel trilogy, as you will see then later on when Lucas makes those. And I have to say, ultimately, as a story, I absolutely love it. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's a solid 10. There's just everything is perfect about this movie, and I love it.
Fantastic. Alpha Omega.
Yeah, I'd give it about a 9.5 out of 10. I don't think anything's perfect, but it was pretty close to perfect. For me, it's the best one of the original three.
Mm-hmm.
And like Ninja said, as far as following up with an even greater hit from the original, like Star Trek, you get the Wrath of Khan.
Mm-hmm.
Better than the original. I think that this also falls in that line.
Nice one. Do you want to add any more?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, then there you go. We're going to have to leave it there, but we are back for, obviously, Return of the Jedi. Considered the weakest one out of the trilogy, but yeah, I just find it boring in parts, but I'll be interested to see if I watch it again. Will I be bored, or will I actually enjoy it a lot more than I have previously? Well, it'll be an interesting one. So join us for that. And yeah, we will have the Mandalorian season review. Actually, do you know what I might do? Actually, maybe tomorrow before or after we do the Star Wars, then do a pre-record and then stick it up maybe before we do the review of season 2 episode 1. I'll figure something out. It'll depend because tomorrow I have to go out and do a bit of shopping. So it depends if I get back. If I get back on time, then we'll do it before we do the last Jedi stream. But guys, before we do go, give your channels a shout out there, and then we'll leave.
I hope you mean Return of the Jedi stream, not the Last Jedi stream.
Oh yeah, did I say the Last Jedi? Oh, for God's sake! Yeah, Return. Sorry, Return of the Jedi. Don't forget to
Return of the Tedai.
Yeah, or the Tedai. Yeah.
Says David Rayner.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good one. So Lee, let everybody know where they can find you. Oh, the real doctor gives it a 9 out of 10. Thank you very much.
There you go.
You'll whack your rating up there as well. Go ahead, Lee. Let everybody know where they can find you. And all the channels have been thrown up during the stream. Thank you guys in the chat for doing that.
Thank you, PD Rich. Yeah, you can find me there, where PD Rich has put up the link. It's Audred Audiovisual, and you can also find me on Twitter under the Temple of the Golden Asda. But it's an account that's meant to be a parody of religion for As from Heel versus Babyface, but I have been using it to bat off the SJW flies from the Nut My Doctor crew with their nonsense, and that's about it really. But you can at least add me there and inbox me. I'd just beware, I don't add people back on that account because it's a temple, it's a church, so you're supposed to follow the Temple of the Golden Asda, not the other way around. It's only a temporary fix anyway, so.
Yeah. And Ninja Night.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to Noel for having me on. Thanks to everybody that's been a part of this panel tonight. It's absolutely brilliant to be with you guys. It's amazing. Thanks to everybody in the chat as well too, particularly the people that have been sharing the links as well too throughout this whole thing. You know, Chris, you've got Daniel, you've got PD Rich as well too there, especially. Really appreciate everything. Just to make sure everyone knows as well too. Yeah, of course, absolutely, yeah. And just if you're subscribing to my channel,
And
that is
Daniel.
my icon. Daniel, I did say Daniel.
All right,
Then you have my icon is the black background with the red written on it, because there is another guy that did try to take my name, but we will battle on. So naturally, yeah. So really appreciate it. I'm over there at Ninja Knight. I'm at Twitter at _Ninja Knight, and I'm also at Ninja Knight 44 on Instagram if you'd like to give me a follow there. And I have a Facebook group called Ninja Knight as well too. If you'd like to join in there, you're more than welcome. Thanks.
No problem. Alpha Omega.
I got nothing to plug. I got a YouTube channel, and I have I'm on Twitter too. I try to stay off this Twitter as much as possible. But
yeah, I agree with you. Twitter is toxic, but yeah. Okay, well then there you go. We are done for the night. Thank you all on the panel for joining me. Rabbi, good night. Sweet dreams. I'm sure you'll be dreaming of plenty. Who else? Well, Chris and all the moderators. Good job, well done, and everybody in the chat that took part. And I see as we're all having our own little conversations as well as there. That was absolutely fantastic. So we'll see you again tomorrow. So enjoy your Halloween. I know it's not the Halloween that we all wanted, but you know, we make the best of it, don't we? So enjoy the rest of your night, or wherever you are in the world. It's probably bedtime for some of you now. So good night, sweet dreams, and we'll talk to you all tomorrow. So now if I get this trailer up, hopefully now I can it's there and all. So I'm gonna say good night. See you. Bye.
Good night.
Say good night, panel.
Bye.
no.
Slán.
Good night. Slán, yeah. We don't really speak much Irish on this channel, but Slán, yeah. Yeah.